fifth. Cougar foul, number 10, Sydney Freeman, her third, team sixth. Oakhill foul, 33, Adriana Trexler, her second, team fifth. Rebound bucket.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
At Jordan & Vaught Insurance Agency, you don't pay extra for the over 80 years of combined experience that will be available to you when dealing with questions about your auto, home, farm, life, or Medicare supplements. They're always there to help from 8:30 to 5 p.m. on weekdays at 123 South Franklin Street, the very same Bloomfield location since 1972. You may not realize the value of experience until you need it the most. Call Jordan & Vaught Insurance, your friends with experience, at 812-384-3535. Good evening and welcome to Linton Minor Basketball, as we're getting ready to go on the air with the home of Minor Pride, where the Linton Miners are hosting tonight Bloomfield Cardinals. Should be a great basketball game, and this is the Jordan & Vaught Insurance Pregame Show. Now, as usual, we will be having the JV game and then the varsity game as well. And I noticed that, you know what, I have audio only in one ear as well, but that'll work, just so we're all on the even keel here. I guess that's just the way it's going to be tonight.
Well, we have a full lineup of announcers tonight, and we'll go ahead and do some introductions. We will be joined soon by Big D Dan Phillips on stats. We have Greg Elliott on color. Kevin Rader on play-by-play. We're happy to have Bill Reilly back with us.
Keep going.
Bill Reilly back with us on as videographer, and then we're going to be joined by 2 student assistants, Leah McKee as student reporter and Addy Walton as student photographer. Kevin?
Yeah, and right now people are already beginning to file in, and of course that's not unusual for the junior varsity game, but Greg Elliott is here joining us again tonight, and as Heather pointed out, Big D is on his way. Greg, I think it's going to be a full house tonight. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, this is a big game on a normal year. Every year, Bloomfield-Linton, this is always a big game. It's always going to be packed, always going to have a good crowd, a lot of energy. But this year's kind of special. You've got Bloomfield, who's ranked number 2 in 1A, and you've got Linton ranked number 5 in 2A, and they just played a couple weeks ago and played a close game. Bloomfield wins that one by 3 up at the Classic there over break, and now here it comes. On top of that, I see the keg sitting over there on the score table, so it's a keg county keg game as well. So this is going to be fun tonight. This is going to be a really good game.
This pairs or gives Linton fans a chance to see one of the best basketball players in 1A, and you might argue maybe one of the better ones across the state of Indiana in Blake Neal, averaging 31 points a ball game. And I believe when I talked to the coach earlier today, Matt Britton, he said he thought that led 1A. He might very well be the leading scorer in 1A.
It does lead 1A. He's the second leading scorer in the state, all class, according to Max Preps. The Mullins kid up at Greenfield Central that's going to UConn is the only one that's above him. He's averaging about 34 a game. So the Neal kid is just a really, really good all-around ball player, and he will be a handful for the Miners tonight.
And we'll talk more about what the Miners will probably try to do in order to combat that. But one big thing, and I know we'll go over this again once the junior varsity game is complete tonight, but I believe they went like 3 of 23 from the arc in the first time they met, the Linton Miners. And that is probably as worse as they've shot all year. Now, is that the defense for Bloomfield? I mean, these are the kind of things you ask. We don't know.
Yeah, I think you'll find out tonight a little bit. The one thing that you can always say about a Bloomfield team is that they're going to shoot the ball well, they're going to be fundamentally sound, and they're going to play defense. And those 3 things there will keep you in about every ball game you're in. And you get a team like Linton, if we struggle shooting outside like that, it's going to be a problem again. But this will be a really tight ball game throughout. I don't see either one of these teams blowing the other one out tonight.
And should we add that Blake Neal is 6'6", so is Owen Medina.
Yeah.
So in fact, 2 of their 5 starters are 6'6".
Well, and Blake gets a lot of the notoriety in the pub because he's putting up the numbers that he's putting up, and it's not just scoring. He's doing it with the assists, he's doing it with rebounds, doing it with a lot of those things. But this team has a lot of great role players around them that do all the little things. They're screening, and they're getting, they're setting screens, they're rebounding, they're playing defense, they're making the baskets when they get a chance to, and it makes them tough, makes them absolutely a tough out.
Let's turn it back to you, Heather, tonight.
Well, we want to mention that once again we are in the Jordan & Vaught Insurance pregame show. Call Ross and his staff at Jordan & Vaught for your insurance needs, whether it be auto or life insurance. His friendly staff treats you like family, making sure you are covered. So please call 812-384-3535 today. We also should mention that tonight's 3-point shot sponsor is Walton Funeral Service. Funeral pre-planning with dedication to professional, compassionate service, leaving kind memories since 1915. From one generation to the next, from one family to another, Todd and Cindy Walton are proud of their funeral home's heritage. Their families have been there for this community for over a century and look forward to serving you for many more years to come. They are your lamp of hope when you need them most. Tonight's quarter sponsor is Key Associates of Linton, serving Greene and surrounding counties for over 30 years. Key Associates of Linton has helped generations of clients buy and sell homes. So whether you're looking to buy your dream home or next investment, or sell your current home to enter into the next chapter of your life, Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks are there for you every step of the way. They are your key to the very best. And then we also should mention that tonight our starting lineups will be sponsored by Klusner Construction. Whether it is a remodel or a new construction home, you know it'll be done right the first time, every time. You choose Tony and his crew of Klusner Construction. We also want to make sure that you stay tuned to the E2 Custom Creations post-game show tonight. At the very end of tonight's broadcast, E2 Custom Creations is now taking pre-orders for Mother's Day and 2025 graduations. They can help you create the perfect personalized gift for your special person by laser engraving on just about anything. If you have an idea or need help creating one, give them a call at 812-798-0174 or find them on Facebook at e2customcreations.com. And Kevin, we're going to take a really quick 45-second timeout to hear from one of our Minor Pride sponsors, Corey Motter with Century 21 Sheets. This is Raider Media Sports.
Hello there, I'm Corey Motter with Century 21 Sheets. Are you a first-time home buyer and you just don't know where to start? Perhaps you're looking to downsize and you need to list a property and get top dollar. In any of those situations, you need a professional agent on your side. I have successfully opened doors for clients for over the last 4 years, and it is a complete pleasure of mine to be able to help them end one chapter and begin a new one. Navigating the real estate market can be complex, but with the right guidance, it doesn't have to be. Let me help you understand the housing market, and let's negotiate the best deal. So together, let's open a new door and close it with Corey.
Welcome back again to a big night of basketball tonight as Bloomfield comes in to visit the Linton Miners. How big is it? Well, it's so big that I just had a first in my career to have someone who's supposed to be up here in the booth sending me pregame information on the phone because he's so excited he can't wait. Big D is pulling up in his car. He's going to be in momentarily, but Greg, it's that kind of night. He says he's loaded with information.
Oh, I'm sure he is. He is the guru of all knowledge, Linton Minor athletics. He'll have all kinds of stats and stuff. He does a fantastic job, and I like it because I don't have to keep a scorebook tonight.
No, you don't. You don't, exactly. And, in fact, Heather, you might explain a little bit the change we've done with this scorebook as far as Big D.
So you will see at the halftime and at the end of the game, we've created a graphic that goes up on the screen. It gives you free throw percentages as well as three-point shots, rebounds, offensive rebounds, etc. So we're excited to be able to input that and bring that to you new for our broadcast each night. As you obviously see scrolling in the top of the center screen, you'll see a number of those sponsors that signed on with us to be featured in pregame and halftime, and then you also see some of our live read sponsors as well. Kevin, let's take a minute here to also mention, let's see here, that you may have noticed something new as you were coming into, as you're going to go home tonight from this ball game, or if you're coming in and out of Linton, is that we are now featuring our Minor Pride sponsors on two billboards, one that is on one side of Linton, one that goes out of the other side. And these are those sponsors that paid at the very beginning of the year to be featured in every single broadcast for this year. This will change come after the 4th of July, so we're very excited about that as well. So hopefully these Minor Pride sponsors will continue to grow and have this as an extra added benefit that was not promised at the very beginning. It was actually an addition. So we're very excited about that as well. We should mention, too, that the next broadcast that we will have will be tomorrow night as we travel on the road to Bloomington North to follow the Lady Miners. So we're very excited about that as well. It'll be our 4th night of broadcasting. So we hope all of you can join us as well. Kevin?
We should say, Big D, if you're listening, grab some programs when you come up. I cannot get out of this broadcast setup we have, and And they've got programs down there now, so maybe we can have him pick up some extras and bring them up. I do have a roster, but I'd like to have the program from tonight. It is a game to watch tonight in high school basketball, and you always know when you watch your opponent's team warm up and they're slamming the basketball, you know you got something going.
Well, I'm sitting here watching, when I played, if you touched the rim, you could jump. And I've watched about 10 different kids out here on both sides dunk the ball in warm-ups. Of course, it's a quite different game all the way around, but my goodness, can these kids get up.
Boy, you talk about a different game. I remember 6'6" was definitely a pivot when I was a kid. Now you see 6'6" kids playing guard.
Oh, yeah.
You see 6'10" kids like in Rutgers last
Yes.
night playing guard.
Yes.
And shooting from beyond the arc and beautifully.
Yeah. No,
it's a whole different.
They learn the whole. If you were a big guy, you were in the block, in the paint. That was your role. You were a center, and it's not that way. The game's evolved to the point where you don't really have those positions like you used to have. And if you can handle the ball and shoot, you're going to be on the floor.
We should mention, too, that for those of you that are watching, you have 2 different options to be able to watch tonight's ball game. Actually, 3. The first would be to come on down and be here in the stands to support your favorite team. But if you're unable to make it, or if you simply want to go back and rewatch up until 9 o'clock tomorrow night, which is when the broadcast will be taken down till the end of the season, you can visit us on the Indiana High School Athletic Association Champions Network at www.ihsaatv.org/Rader Media Sports, or our YouTube channel, youtube.com/the@Radermedia.com. And the difference between the two is that YouTube is in real time. So by doing that, if you're sitting in the stands and you'd like to hear the play-by-play of the game, then you can pull it up on your YouTube. IHSAA is going to be the one we're going to always want to push out because we are an affiliate. However, it can be at times 30 to 45 seconds behind, and this is just due to regulations with all the games happening in the state. So you have those 2 options. We're going to take a really quick time out to hear a sponsor video that we have put together, intertwining some of the favorite moments from this ongoing season and last. But we hope that you will consider being a part of Rader Media Sports.
Got to get it in the air. Shot up. It's a three-pointer. Jackson Miller calls the big shot. Bingo! Oh, my God.
We thank those Rader Media Sports sponsors who make our broadcast free to view for those at home, abroad, and who watch on the replay. Whether you're a Minor Pride sponsor, one sports sponsor, or simply appear as rotating banner sponsor, Rader Media Sports helps to promote you well beyond the broadcast. You appear in many live broadcasts each game night, but many rewatch after the final buzzer or horn, giving you increased exposure for years to come. You're listed on each sports web link on RaderMediaSports.com, giving visitors the opportunity to hyperlink directly back to your business website or social media page. Game day social media graphics list your business or name as another reference to you. And we're developing additional ways to give extra promotions to our Minor Pride sponsors even after a signed contract, all free of charge. Reminder, 30% of all sponsorships received are donated directly back to Linton-Stockton schools. The remainder is used for IHSAA fees, our Minors Broadcasting Student Club, scholarships, equipment, travel out of town, and even out-of-state games, and donated back to other causes within our community.
Getting through, they break out in the open. Can they do it?
Come on, Jesse.
At the 50. Run, Jesse, run!
Oh, yeah.
30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, oh, mama!
So what are you waiting for? Sponsorships start as little as $100 a season, which includes regular and postseason play. Let us help get your business, organization, and family name before thousands through dedicated social media marketing. Rader Media's Fords prides itself in hard work and professional coverage while providing night in, night out work for all things Linton-Stockton.
Welcome back. We're still about a little over 11 minutes yet from the tip-off of the junior varsity basketball game tonight as Linton is hosting Bloomfield. We'll do as typical with Rader Media Sports, we'll do the JV game, and then we'll be able to watch the varsity game following that. Greg Elliott again with us tonight. Big D still on his way. And Greg, I want to mention something because I have to think, and I don't want to jinx them tonight, but in the times that I've watched the junior varsity boys, these guys can really play too.
Yeah, and this will be a good JV game. Bloomfield's team is going to be, again, well coached, well-rounded, a lot of shooters. You watch this JV team this year, they're continuing to get better. They've got some really nice players that because of depth maybe aren't getting as much minutes on the varsity, but you're gonna see them in this JV game.
And I think that's what you're going to see here with the minors as well, because there are some kids that aren't getting a lot of time on the varsity, but they're on the varsity,
right? And
will be playing JV tonight.
Yeah, they'll be playing some. One thing about this varsity game tonight too, Kevin, is this is a big conference game here. One of the things about our conference this year, we're the 6th best conference in the state as far as the record goes, all classes. And so you look at what's going on here. I mean, Bloomfield and Linton are 2-0, but then you've got North Davies sitting there at 1-0. You've got North Central sitting there at 2-1. Clay City's not played, but Clay City's ranked number 1 in 1A, one spot above Bloomfield. I mean, this conference is stacked. So this is a big game.
Coach Britton a little bit about that today, and he said he firmly believes that either Clay City or Bloomfield in 1A will probably win it all.
There's the bad part about it is they're going to probably play early in the tournament because they're both going to be capable of doing that. You stay healthy, get hot toward the end of the season. They both have a chance to run the table without a doubt.
It's amazing with all the talent right here because obviously Linton is 2A, but Linton's a good basketball team, only lost one game all year. And so you kind of start putting all this talent together in this area. And for a small rural area, there's some real talent.
I mean, you got Bloomfield sitting there at, I think they're 8-2. You've got North Davies at 8-4. Linton's 9-1. You've got North Central 5-5, but they've beat some really good teams this year, so they're kind of a scary team to play because you're not exactly sure what you're going to get. And then you've got Clay City sitting there 9-1, and the other 3 teams, Shakamak, Eastern, and WRV, are only 1 or 2 games under 500. So this conference is really stacked top to bottom, and a lot of good conference games this year. And this is going to be one of the top ones.
How interesting is it that obviously Coach Matt Britton is a former coach for Bloomfield and, in fact, an alum. Yeah,
he's a former player. He was a heck of a player back in the day, and then, obviously a great coach there. He took them to state finals game there in his tenure as coach there. So he certainly has a history there as well.
Yep, a big history, and these two towns are really intertwined, Heather, in so many ways. In fact, you're a Bloomfield alum.
I am. I actually graduated a few years ahead of Coach Britton. He lived next door to my best friend growing up, so you're not going to find a better coach than Matt Britton. And I know that he and the Bloomfield coach, Nate O'Neill, played quite a bit. Have been friends, have been on the same team. So this is, I'm sure, for both of them, been scheduled for on each other's calendar. And we should also mention today is Coach Britton's birthday.
That's a good point. That's right. That's
and
exactly
so
right.
that's another kind of added bonus as well. I know that there are going to be some special things happening tonight. The alumni band will be joining tonight's performance, so to speak, as far as Mr. Merrifield put out a kind of an event to say that they wanted this game to be the one that if you're a former alumni, you could come back and play with the band. So there's some really kind of unique stories because, as mentioned, Big D says, oh, I could bring my trumpet and play. That's great. But we also have some students, I think, that are going to be playing along with some of their parents or some of their siblings. So that's kind of cool as well. And I think the band, we had the opportunity today to listen to them whenever we were at our minor broadcasting meetings today. We were able to hear the band. They sound phenomenal. He is working so hard to bring this band back, and I'm excited to be able to see it with the alumni as well. We're going to take a really quick couple minutes worth of timeouts here to hear again from a couple of our Minor Pride sponsors. This is Rader Media Sports.
Good at a lot of things, like cheering on the Miners to victory. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Jathan Wright is good at making sure your insurance needs are just right for you. That's why Jathan is here to help you work through any questions you might have about your auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. Then you can get back to making sure the Miner fan section is louder than the other team. Talk to Jathan. Stop in or submit your information online and give him a call at 812-798-2615. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood. At Crane Credit Union, you can expect a personalized experience from people committed to your financial well-being. When you visit one of our 18 branches across southern and central Indiana, you will be greeted by our team that is committed to supporting your financial needs, dreams, and possibilities through all the stages of your life. From youth and teen accounts where it pays to get A's, to auto and personal loans that are processed completely within your local branch. Your local staff can assist you with mortgage and home equity needs, and when the time is right, we can help you with your IRA retirement accounts. We will be with you every step of the way. Crane Credit Union, building relationships since 1955.
Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
It starts well before the lights are turned on. The grill at the grill is fired up well before the front door is unlocked and the first customer ventures in.
I've been coming to the grill for 30 years. It's the best restaurant in Greene County.
It's a Linton tradition that's lasted over 100 years and the same family for over the last 40. Open 7 days a week with carry out, and speaking of traditions, they have steak night every Friday and Saturday night. If you didn't stop by today, there's always tomorrow at the grill in downtown Linton.
Welcome back. We've about 3 minutes now before we start the junior varsity game. The Linton Miners hosting Bloomfield tonight, and we're getting ready for the junior varsity tilt. Heather, was there something else you wanted to add?
Well, we're just excited to be here with a full group. We've got Addy Walton, one of our student assistants, who's going to be taking some photos for us, which is pretty amazing, and we'll be able to put those back up here momentarily. And we're going to have kind of, I think, a little bit of issues tonight with people just standing in our camera. So hopefully people at home can understand that this is going to be a good, well-packed gymnasium for two teams. And I'm seeing a lot of people that I went to school with across the court. Both a number of them have students that are here on the court playing, so we're very excited to be able to see them kind of in action here. So we want to let everyone know that if you are following at home, either on our Facebook page or on our YouTube page, please let us know that you're watching so we can give you a possible shout out on the air. And we'd like to say hello to Melody Thuis, who's watching from Home Sweet Home, as well as Lester Morrison. So thank you very much for tuning in tonight. We know that there's a number of others that are watching as well, especially on our YouTube station, as you have signed in tonight. So we are 1 minute and 42 seconds away from the JV tip. And once again, Big D Dan Phillips, Kevin Rader, Greg Elliott, Bill Reilly, and myself, as well as a couple of student assistants that are going to be joining us a little bit later as well. We're going to take another quick timeout to hear from one of our Minor Pride sponsors again. This is Team Ortho. You're listening to Raider Media Sports.
3 specialty clinics with 3 top-notch providers right here close to home. Greene County General Hospital's Team Ortho Foot and Ankle, and Surge Care are the area's go-tos when it comes to your care. Team Ortho is home to the county's only board-certified orthopedic surgeon, Dr. John Hammerstein. Dr. Matthew Parmenter is a board-certified foot and ankle surgeon with more than 35 years' experience. And board-certified general surgeon Dr. Cam Gabrielson is trained to diagnose a wide range of diseases that may require surgery. Team Ortho Foot and Ankle, and Surge Care, the trio you can trust. They're all part of the Greene County General Hospital family. Our family, caring for yours.
Come back right now, just 20 seconds away from getting started with the festivities here of the junior varsity game. And just looking out, I don't know, you'd say it's about half full, Greg, right now?
Probably about half full. And I always wondered in a game like this when the gym gets packed what the temperature was before they started and what it was at the end, because it's going to get warm in here.
Yeah, it is, and that's one of the reasons why I wore a short sleeve shirt to sit in here, even though it's the middle of winter, because it's like it just seems to the gym just seems to warm up, especially once the game begins.
I want to give a special shout out to Taylor Hinkle, who is watching from the Ronald McDonald House in Indy, watching her brother Leighton Graff. And we want to say to Taylor, we're praying for all of you all the time, and we are very happy to be able to bring this broadcast to you. So
the Miners coming out here, and starting for the Miners, we see number 4, Jake Rose, number 44, Josh Lauer, number 33, Gage Sullivan, number 10, Drake Netherland, and number, I can't see his, is that 15? Owen Smith, yes. And now for Bloomfield, I see number 4, or nope, wrong. I see number, well, we get the numbers here as we're going here. Tyler Patterson with the ball. We have number 30 also. So on the right.
Number 40.
No, oh, I have the wrong here. Number 10, Will Dowden. Number 30, Holden Wiseman. Did they score on that one? No. And I'm trying to get these down. Braxton Shields, number 4. Number 40, same Shorter. And the one on the far side, I don't have his number on the far right. Is that 24? I believe it's Brody Yake. It looks like. And I think that's the 5 starters for Bloomfield on the junior varsity. Lauer is going to go right to the cup off the glass. It's no good. Rebound pulled down by Same Shorter. And Bloomfield is off and running. Whipping the ball around. Nice drive. Good feed. Shorter goes up, and his ball's blocked from behind by Jake Rose. The Miners coming the other way.
Nice
this is kind of what
this
is what I'm talking about. It doesn't seem like a regular JV game, does it?
No, it's going to be
the tempo. Netherland, Lauer shot on the left-hand side. Follows his shot. Wants to get it up again. No good. Rebound is pulled down by Wiseman. And we're coming the other way. Wiseman from a tray. Yes. Nice shot by number 30, Holden Wiseman.
And that is a Walton Funeral Service 3-point shot.
Miners, Netherland working to the right side to Owen Smith. Smith backs out, goes to Jake Rose. Jake kicks it out, Netherland jumper. Whoa, way long, no good. But the rebound is opportunistic. Great put up by Josh Lauer. It's now 3-2. Bloomfield still on top. Junior varsity action just underway on Rader Media Sports. Welcome. Glad to have all of you. There's a little bunny out there by Shorter off the glass. Gives him a 5-2 advantage.
Dowden did a good job of breaking into the lane there and just broke it down. Got his hand on that ball there.
Nice hustle by Lauer to get that one back. Into Jake Rose. He kicks it out. Shot up. No good off the back iron there by the Miners. Gage Sullivan. And we're coming the other way. Bloomfield off and running. Shields tries to take it coast to coast. He will not. He lands out of bounds. Miners coming the other way. Netherland. To Jake Rose. Around the screen. He backs it off a little bit. Jake got cut off. Lauer, right side. Owen Smith. Jake Rose. Out to Netherland. Miners setting up the offense. Bloomfield bench likes what they're seeing defensively here. They cut off Netherland. Bounce pass back to Lauer. Man wide open underneath, or to Sullivan. But there's a shot for Owen Smith on the baseline. No good. The Miners having some trouble early here. This tempo is way up here. 5-2. Shot up inside by Shields. No good. Rebound pulled down by Shorter. He kicks it back out to Shields. Left elbow now in the lane. Kicks it out. Yake, baseline, right side. Back to Shields. Hands it off to Wiseman. Wants to take it off the glass. No good. Shorter tries to knock the ball out. Tries to tip it in order to make a play. Could not. He knocked it out of bounds. Minor ball.
Bloomfield's doing a good job of hedging out on those ball screens up top and really taking that away. We need to look and see if we can pick and roll that just a little bit.
Miners working on it. Boy, get tied up. Now they're trying to get it underneath there. Get it to Jake Rose. Good save by Owen Smith. He wants the ball back. He's not going to get it. Jake Rose is taking it out. Are they in a 2-3 zone? Greg? There's a nice shot by Gage Sullivan. That's a nice tray for Gage. A Walton Funeral Service 3-pointer for him. And that makes it a 5-5 ball game. Boy, there's a ball that got out of hand. Nice deflection by Rose. Bounce pass in the top. Interesting thing about this game, you guys, is these kids probably know each other and play against each other a lot over the years, right?
Without a doubt. They're competing in every sport. These two teams go up, plus summer ball. And
Jake Rose off the back iron. Rebound pulled out by Shorter. They're off and running. Dowden kicks it back. Wiseman takes it. No good. Ball's going to go out of bounds.
That's second time he had a good look there again. That's the second time we've lost him in transition. He's trailing down the floor. Kind of get lost in who we're picking up and left him wide open. He had a good look at it. Hit the first one. So.
Leighton Graff and Bo Busenberg have now checked into the game. Miners coming across the timeline. Lauer working on the right side to Gage Sullivan. Gage to Owen Smith. They want to go into Lauer. No good. They're still trying. Jake Rose moving around, trying to come up. Sets a screen. Lauer comes up high. Takes the ball. I mistimed buzzer there or something. What happened?
Something going on.
Was the clock off?
They've got a question.
They're calling the referees over there. Big D, are you wired in?
I am.
Oh, here. Why am I not hearing you?
I don't know. There.
Here we go.
Keep going.
Yeah, you were talking about it. I was kind of caught in the traffic from the Bloomfield Cardinal crowd coming in.
Oh.
So they're pouring in, like you said, JV-wise. Look at that crowd over there. It's already – JV kids don't get the excitement like this very often, Greg.
No, it's a big deal to usually you get it at the end of the game and, fourth quarter of a JV game to have a crowd that this big early is pretty cool.
So a technical foul here, and what's that about?
I don't know if there was a substitution issue or what. I didn't see it.
Gage Sullivan stepping up to the line.
You got to wonder, Greg, when they're going to just have
This
a
is it.
little scanner. When a kid walks by, you just scan
Yeah.
him, and he's in the game and out of the game.
Yep, they probably not as far away from that as we think we are.
Yeah, I joke, but it's probably coming.
Yeah.
I also heard that in Illinois, in a couple of years, they're going to the shot clock now.
Yeah.
So I wonder when Indiana's going to join that parade.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the shot clock in high school ball. I like the fact that you can pull the ball out,
Force the team to come out of it.
and
Yeah.
I mean, Jack Butcher made a career off that Lagodi, and
Owen Smith eyed the three, decided against it. Gets it out to Lauer. We're at 1:43 remaining in the first quarter. Gage Sullivan kicks it out. Lauer will take the tray from the right-hand side off the back iron. No good. Rebound fought for by Owen Smith, but he just couldn't quite bring it in before he stepped out of bounds.
Miners had some good looks. They're just not going down right now.
6-5, Miners on top. 1:32 remaining in the first quarter. We're listening to Rader Media Sports. It's Bloomfield and Linton tonight in the junior varsity contest right now. Working on the right side. Dowden fakes, moves with the left hand in the lane. A floater up, no good, short. Good defense there. Jake Rose coming the other way. Hands it off to Gage Sullivan. Gage being dogged defensively. Good job there defensively by Busenberg. There's a shot up and no good by Owen Smith. Rebound coming the other way with Will Dowden. Working with the left hand, gets it to the sprinter going up. That's Graff. Shot up, no good. Did Graff pass that off at the last minute? He must have to Busenberg.
Yeah. Miners just getting beat back in transition right there.
I've noticed that they do speed up and down the floor, do they not? Busenberg going to the line. He'll shoot a pair.
They're going to push it when it makes sense, and it did there.
Some substitutions here. We have number 40 coming in, Ian Motter. Second free throw up for Busenberg is good. It's his first point of the game. And makes it a tie game at 6-6 with 45 ticks remaining in the first quarter. Owen Smith walking it up across the timeline. Jake Rose, right side. Little shake and bake, and decides against it. Kingston Crane with the ball now on the left side to Owen Smith. Sullivan trying to work for a shot here, and he can't. Great defense there once again, and now they call timeout. The Linton Miners want to talk about it with 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's 6-6. This is Rader Media Sports.
Correll's LP Gas has quite a story to tell. A locally owned operation for 78 years offering residential and agricultural propane in 6 counties. They also fill camper, motorhome, and gas grill cylinders. Correll's LP Gas, located at Highway 54 in Linton. Check them out on Facebook or by phone at 812-847-4076.
$20 ticks remaining here in this first quarter of this junior varsity basketball game. It's knotted up at 6-6, and boy, sometimes it's amazing when you watch the junior varsity game how much it reflects the varsity game to come. You get a feeling you're watching a little bit of what we're going to see later on.
They're going to play the same way. It's just a continuity that's in the programs, not just Bloomfield, but the good programs. You're going to see that. You go down and watch a junior high game between these two, you'll see the same type of things. They're just both going to play really, really hard.
Kingston Crane wants to go inside. There's a nice reverse layup put up by Gage Sullivan. 6 points for Gage, and now it's 8-6. 3, 2, 1. Shot at the buzzer, no good. They call a foul with 1 second left in the first quarter, and I believe Sam Shorter will be going to the line. He should get a pair. Miners with an 8-6 advantage right now, but Sam Shorter, 6'1" sophomore, trying to do something about it. He has 2 so far, misses that one off the back iron. second one is up and good. Shot at the buzzer. Wow, off the backboard. It was very close to going down. It's 8-7, the basketball game right now as we go at the end of one. The junior varsity from the minors have it, the lead right now. Autumn Trace of Greene County is the perfect setting for seniors to call home. Seniors can live as independently as they wish while enjoying as much supportive care as they may request in their daily lives from their 24-hour care staff. Call Jessica and her friendly staff at 812-699-4464 to schedule your tour. Come and find out why so many of your friends and neighbors have already picked Autumn Trace as their choice to age in place. Are you looking for TV or high-speed internet? Give Mike Morin a call at Midwest Satellite. He offers Dish TV plans starting at $91.99 a month and T-Mobile high-speed internet for $60 a month. Call Midwest Satellite at 812-847-8848. Call Mike. He will treat you right. At Crane Credit Union, we offer checking accounts to fit your needs. We have a high yield option, free debit cards, online banking, and free checks for members 60 plus. With no monthly service fees, you can start letting your money work for you. Learn more at cranecu.org. Oh, I'm sorry. Is your family protected? Contact Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, Alicia Cornelius, to discuss your auto, home, farm, life, or business needs. It's not just about protecting my family, she says. Let me help protect yours, too. Proudly serving Indiana. Call 812-582-8941 to speak with Alicia, one agent for all of your insurance needs. We go to quarter number 2 here in the junior varsity tilt between these two rivals, Bloomfield and Linton.
And this quarter is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton. Whether you're looking to sell your home, enter into the next chapter of your life, call Allie Walton, Mary Beth Gerald's, and Audrey Sparks of Linton to be with you every step of the way.
Reuben Goodman is checked into the lineup now, but now out on top. Nice drive off the glass. No good, too hard. It was a great drive by Netherland, but we're coming the other way with Busenberg off the glass. Another one too hard. Miners pulled it down again. They're off and running. Boy, getting up and down the floor. Netherland with the ball. Shot Owen Smith. Blocked. Rejected by number 23, Busenberg, who turns around and kind of slaps him in the hand in a friendly gesture, I mean.
No, it was a good block.
Netherland with the ball out on top. Lauer now working to the left to Gage Sullivan. Gage likes the tray. Up, no good. Whoa, Lauer tried to go up and get it. I think he had a little physicality there on him, and he missed the ball. Now, but Bloomfield misses it as well. We're coming back the other way. Reuben Goodman with it over to the left. Gage Sullivan again. This time he makes it count. Gage Sullivan with 3, 6, 7 now in this ball game. Going all the way to the cup. No good. Over the back there is going to be called on number 40, Same Shorter.
And that three-point shot was sponsored by Walton Funeral Service.
Thank you. 11-7 now is our score. 5:45 to go in this first half. It's early, but this gym is filling up. If you want to get up here to watch this basketball game, I'd say you might want to get here pretty soon. It's not even halftime, and this gym is probably at least over half full for sure. Working on the right side now, Reuben Goodman. Setting the scene to Netherland. Left-hand side, Kingston Crane. Yes.
Very nice shot there.
Walton Funeral Service three-pointer. Brilliant shot by Kingston Crane. And the Miners have got a 7-point advantage right now at 14-7. Drive in the lane. Busenberg now is trapped in the lane, and the ball is stolen. Coming back the other way is Goodman. Kingston Crane eyes it again. Oh, if you're going to leave me alone, I'll take it again. Another Walton Funeral Service three-pointer for Kingston Crane. They lost him in transition and paid the price.
He made a nice little pass fake there and just froze his defender and shot that right over the top of him.
17-7 Miners with 4:55 to play in the first half on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Rader Media Sports.
At Violet & Company, we love assisting each of you in all of life's special moments. We are a locally owned floral shop at 69 North Main Street in downtown Linton. Contact us at 847-3208 to purchase your arrangement for any special occasion or stop in for that perfect gift. Stay in touch with us on Facebook under Violet & Company for upcoming events and to see our latest creations. We encourage you to live life in full bloom.
.455 to play here in this first half as the Miners have, well, what started out as a back-and-forth struggle has turned into a 17-7 advantage, but that can disappear quickly in a game like this.
Bloomfield's not scored this quarter. 9 points for the Miners. It's been a good start to this quarter, and it just has really come down to, knocking some threes down out there. But defensively, we've held them to one shot.
I was just looking at that scoreboard and thinking, wasn't it like 7-5 to nothing Bloomfield, and now it's 17-7. So
Gage Sullivan has lit it up, and Kingston Crane has lit it up from three, and it really opened up this game here. 17-7. Let's see what happens here for the rest of the first half. Nice drive in the lane. It goes in and out. Man. No good, but a great drive by Leighton Graff, the 5'10 junior forward.
The ball was halfway down in the cylinder. I cannot believe it came back out.
He got cheated on that one, didn't he? It should have counted.
We want to say hello to Sharon Edwards, who's watching on YouTube and says, way to go, Kingston Crane, from your grandma.
Oh, you got to love that. There, he missed that free throw. There, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 of 4, 2 of 4 now on the free throw line. Second one as good as gold. True blue for Leighton Graff. And it makes it 17-8 now. Linton with the advantage on the Stanger home scoreboard. Junior varsity yet to come. I think maybe one of the best basketball games in the state yet to come. Owen Smith, a little trouble, is able to bounce it away. No look past Crane. Kingston kicks it out. There's a three on the way. No good by Goodman.
Great job tapping
Kingston
that out.
Crane keeps it back to Smith. Cross court. Sullivan. Oh, I don't know what was called here.
I think the Bloomfield kid was trying to get through the pick.
Yep.
These days you never know they're going to charge that pick. They seem to call that a lot.
Boy, last night the girls' game was about as physical as I've seen in a girls' game.
This thing got physical real quick after that timeout. And Bloomfield, I'm sure, has said, hey, we got to D up here. And they're contesting everything right now.
Goodman. Ball down low. Lauer is fouled, and he gets an and one.
That's Sullivan.
He's pushed from behind by Cameron Brandstetter, picks up the foul, and he'll go to the line for the and one.
Tell you what, the other game tonight.
Strong move by Sullivan.
It's strange that this game is tonight, but so is Bar-Reeve Lagodi, and that's big down in Martin County. This shorter kid coming in, he impressed me just a little bit ago. He's a pretty physical guy.
Yeah, and strong.
Although it's a little strange to say the name Shorter and not think of Sullivan.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's like a Stefancic being somewhere else. You're like, what?
There, the free throw is up and good for the and one for Gage Sullivan. 3, 6, 8, 10. I have him for a dozen already. There's a shot on the left-hand side. Oh, my. Did he call it?
He did not call it, but he will take it.
Wiseman gets, I believe that was a Walton Funeral Service three-pointer.
Yeah, it was.
Miners will set up shop here. 20-11 advantage. Pass tipped over, intended for Reuben Goodman.
Wouldn't it be funny, Greg, if you actually had to call bank when the ball went off your hands with the count?
Kingston Crane had a little trouble getting, that was Netherland having a little trouble with that ball and throws it out of bounds. Bloomfield ball coming the other way. Dowden with it out on top. Wiseman. Owen Smith with him. Goes with the left hand in the lane, then kicks it back out to Busenberg. In the corner, jumper up. Sweet shot by Will Dowden. Another Walton Funeral Service three-pointer, and there come firing back. We knew that they would. It's 2014, Miners by 6.
Miners need a basket here.
Sullivan spins on his man, takes it right to the cup. A runner, in and out, no good. And Sullivan coming the other way.
Good move. It was
Wiseman open, Goes in the lane, little hook shot. Boy, I don't know. Haven't seen that since Wilt.
Yeah.
Coming the other way, Goodman.
Not quite Wilt's size, but
no, Goodman off the glass. Beautiful shot.
Very strong move.
First 2 in the game for Rubin. 22-14. Wiseman directing traffic. Owen Smith coming out on him. Wants to go around the screen. Now gives it back to Shorter. Off the glass. No good. And they're going to call a foul on Gage Sullivan.
Just a great pick and roll there. And nice bounce pass in.
Very, very athletic. A lot of athletic players out there, moving with control.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of out of control like you see a lot of times in JV ball games.
I just have to believe you're not going to see many JV contests with this much talent on the floor.
No, this is 2 solid teams here.
And a lot of
Same missed that first free throw. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a lot of that has to do with their practice against that varsity every day.
Every day. Yep.
I heard you guys talking about the offenses being similar, and of course, that's a sign of a good program when you run it top to bottom.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah.
He gets the shooter's roll on the second one. That's the 4th point now for Shorter.
This is an important 2 minutes here for both teams. Miners maintain the lead, maybe stretch it out. It's what they're looking for here.
Goodman saw an opening, wants to go right to the cup. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound is pulled out of there by Busenberg, and they're coming the other way.
Stop ball here.
Wiseman wants to go around his man Crane, can't. Kicks it back out to Dowden. Once again to Busenberg, he likes it. Up, no good. Rebound, Gage Sullivan. To Netherland, and we have a timeout. Timeout, Linton. 1:49 to play in the first half. 22-15 in the Stanger home scoreboard. The Miners leading Bloomfield. This is Rader Media Sports. Linton Sporting Goods has been serving Linton and surrounding areas with quality sporting goods and screen printing for over 25 years. He also specializes in embroidery and team sales, located at Highway 54 West in Linton. Stop by and visit this family and locally owned shop today. If you need an Evolution golf cart, Gaithert Power Sports is the place for you. Prices starting at $69.95. Come with an 8-year battery warranty and 0% financing for 36 months. Available at Gaithert Power Sports is also your Aventon e-bike dealer. Gaithert Power Sports and Trailer Sales, located at State Road 54, just west of Linton, in business since 2003.
One of the things you've noticed in this first half, both teams, it's been really clean. Not been a lot of turnovers, certainly not a lot of traveling, just a good defensive game, been a few fouls, but it's been well played first half.
It really has. I think that goes back to reflects a little bit back on what I'd said, Greg, on the talent that you have on the floor.
It's that, and again, it's an expectation both these programs have that we're going to do things a certain way, and it's coached that way. It's ingrained in the culture of both programs, and it shows on the floor.
Netherland working on the left side to Sullivan. He's getting tied up there and fights his way out of it to Lauer. Back to Netherland. A minute and a half before the intermission. Sullivan, like the tray, good defense by Shorter. Kick over on the right side by Goodman. Packs it up, gets it to Netherland. He drives and then kicks the ball out of bounds. They're going to say, though, it's off Bloomfield. I just couldn't help. I noticed a couple little tykes across the way wearing Cardinal hats, red and white pants, doing the whole thing. You love seeing that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here's the inbound. Sullivan wants to take it, takes the shot. Lauer gets the rebound and can't put it back up. I think he was getting pushed from behind.
A foul on Wiseman there, I think.
Yeah, it'll be on the floor. It wasn't in the act of shooting. So they'll inbound. So we're down to 1:09 now before the intermission. 22-15 Miners in the Stanger home scoreboard. There's the inbound. And
he stepped out of bounds.
Tough inbounds play there. Kingston Crane tried to make the best of the bad situation and could not. Bloomfield will inbound from the side. Working on the right side. Wiseman hands it off to Graf. Nice move on the baseline. Kick it out. Wiseman's all by his lonesome. Shot up, no good. Good hustle rebound by Kingston Crane. Netherland, the ball in hand and 40 seconds on the clock. Clock running. Owen Smith trying to check back in. I don't know if they'll get a dead ball before the end of this or not. Right side. Sullivan.
That's a dagger there.
Now, I'm telling you, I know the coach for putting up one finger for one shot.
Yeah.
I don't think that was one of those.
Don't
do it. Oh, that was great.
Walton Funeral Service three-pointer. Shorter underneath. Shot no good. Rebound pulled down by the Miners. Are going to get another shot. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. It'll be Bloomfield. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Weaving his way around. Shot up. Oh, no good. Leighton Graf tried to make the best of a bad situation there, weaving around, but to no avail. It's a 10-point advantage for the Miners on the Stanger home scoreboard at intermission. 25-15, the Miners leading Bloomfield. It's halftime. This is Rader Media Sports.
After high school, I worked in a couple factories, and then my dad convinced me to go to the apprenticeship program.
As I have pension, I have health insurance, I have an HSA, am paid while I'm learning and training, like being able to see what work I've completed.
They'll be able to go to school and get paid while they go to school, still receive a college degree, and they'll be making a great career salary-wise once they finish.
Is your family protected? Contact me, Alicia Cornelius, your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, to discuss your home, auto, farm, life, or business needs. It's not just about protecting my family. Let me help protect yours too. Proudly serving Indiana, call to speak with me, Alicia Cornelius, one agent for all your insurance needs.
The first year of Rader Media Sports proved to be an unmitigated success. Over 130 school events were live streamed. Over $13,000 in sponsorship money was donated back to the school in thanks to our sponsors for their willingness to invest in Rader Media Sports and the students of Linton-Stockton School Corporation. We contracted to live stream football and basketball, but elected to go the extra mile to include volleyball, baseball, and softball as well. We promised to cover more than just athletics, and we did, including K through 11 classroom activities, senior highlights, and special events. Speaking of out of the classroom, RMS also pledged to work directly with students, so we created the Miners Broadcasting Club. Every Friday, we met these 7th to 12th grade members to discuss next week's activities. We were so fortunate to be able to include these students in production and announcing of live stream broadcasts. Senior Honors Night also gave us a chance to present the first ever Rader Media Sports Scholarship to a graduating member of our club. Thank you to those who were following our website and the social media platforms as well. Your sharing of daily posts and your comments have reached thousands across our community and beyond. Rader Media Sports offered an opportunity. The Linton-Stockton School Board endorsed it, and our sponsors made it a reality. This is the kind of public and private partnership that other school districts can only hope to emulate. We appreciate this opportunity and vision the school board has shown and look forward to building on it in the future. Go Miners!
This is Rader Media Sports. Over the Miners!
Welcome back. It's halftime of the junior varsity game as the Linton Miners hosting the Bloomfield Cardinals, and it's 25-15 at this intermission break on the Stanger home scoreboard. Let's go over the scoring first of all for Linton-Stockton. We see Reuben Goodman with 2 points, Kingston Crane with 2 trays for 6 points. Gage Sullivan is really lighting it up. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 15 points for Gage Sullivan in the first half. And Josh Lauer with 2 for 25 points for Linton-Stockton at the intermission. For Bloomfield, we have Will Dowden with a tray for 3 points. Bo Busenberg with 1 point, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Holden Wiseman, who's a sharpshooter, hit 2 trays for 6 points. And Leighton Graff, 1 of 2 for the free throw line for a point. And Same Shorter with a total of 4 points, and he is 2 of 3 from the free throw line for 15 points. Again, fans still filing in. It's going to fill up pretty quick here. But right now it is a 25-15 game. And Big D, I know we got a pregame yet to come for this varsity contest to follow, but you really haven't been able to weigh in at all. Greg's weighed in a little bit. What are you expecting to see tonight?
Well, I tell you, I watched a replay of the tournament game up there and realized, that game never got out of hand on either side. The biggest lead was 5 at one point. There were 9 lead changes. There are several factors that we'll probably discuss more later on, but, the Miners only got to the free throw line 8 times in that contest. Bloomfield was at 20. The Miners shot a paltry 3 of 22 from three-point lane. It was really Paul Oliver versus Blake Neal, really the only 2 that had any double-figure scorings. So I got to figure both teams are going to try to find ways to get other people involved. They're without their big man, number 41, Abner. They were out without him anyway. He tore Achilles.
Did Bloomfield just play a zone in that game, or what did they do?
We did most of our damage on the inside. I mean, they
But were they in a zone defense? That's what I'm wondering.
I can't. They switched their defense, it seemed like, almost every other time down the court.
Okay.
But, Greg, you know as a shooter, it starts to get in your head just a tad bit when they just don't fall. And Paul did a lot of damage inside, and they didn't really have an answer for Paul in that game. Kind of like we didn't have an answer for Neal on this side of it. So that game could have gone either way. There were spurts by both teams, and it's such a rivalry game. It's the only game Linton lost. The Miners got to love the chance to get back, and isn't the Greene County kid involved in this
that's what
as well?
I said before. It's it's a SWAC game. It's a keg game. There's a whole lot, and it's a rivalry game. It's Bloomfield Linton, so it's going to be a lot on the line and a little extra energy from everybody. But you're right. I mean, when you start looking at a player like Neal, a player like Oliver, you're not going to completely stop them. But if you can slow them down, if you can contain them and not let them go off on you, then it puts some pressure on some of your other players to find that.
They sort of did it when I started going quarter by quarter.
Yeah.
One quarter they kind of shut Neal down. He had no points in the second quarter, and it forced somebody else to step up.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the kid like Owen Medina, he's kind of those grapplers that seems to get around and the ball kind of gets to him. So, and we have those too. It's just one of those games that could have gone either way. And I know you played several of them. Greene County, Bloomfield, and Linton. That's always the East versus West. It's always a battle. I know you played in your fair share, but when I played, unfortunately, we weren't that good. But you guys were a good team.
I can remember playing in the old Bloomfield gym where they're hanging over their balcony, looking down. It was just a different atmosphere to play in that gym, and you had about 3 feet on the end of the end line.
You're charging the rim usually meant you were face first in the concrete.
Yeah. Big D, how interesting is it that we have probably the leading scorer of 1A statewide here in this gymnasium tonight?
He was a monster. I mean, the next games they played after that, he was unstoppable. Northview. And then the championship game, I mean, he was a one-man wrecking crew. It's a pleasure to watch him, and the sad thing is he's just a junior, so he's got a whole nother year to go, and, of course, most of the Miners are juniors as well.
Coach Britton told me today, he said he is the real deal.
Yeah.
He said he is really good.
Yeah, he keeps his head on straight. You don't ever see him kind of lose control and moves without the ball quite a bit.
Right.
And as Greg said, we were putting 2 guys on him trying to really box him in and let somebody else beat us. And for them, I think I'm trying to think of who it was that had 8 points. Ingram, 9, and he's the one who's filling in for the other guy that got hurt. He kind of stepped up, hit a couple threes.
We'll try to sneak in one more break here before we get started in this one. You are listening to Rader Media Sports.
Finding the best coverage for your home, auto, life, and business isn't always a walk in the park. I'm Audrey Sparks at Richard Brown Insurance, your local auto owner's insurance agent. Whether you are buying your first car or starting your own business, finding the right coverage can be a challenge. With great companies like Auto Owners Insurance, I can find the appropriate coverages so that you and your family can be better protected. Come see me, Audrey Sparks, to discuss what coverages are right for you or give me a call at 812-847-4798.
Welcome back. We're just seconds away from the start of this second half of this junior varsity contest. We want to welcome a guy who's been silent over here. Bill Reilly is joining us, photographer extraordinaire, is here joining us once again. He shot a lot of football with us, and fortunately he had a little time off tonight, was able to come join us for this ball game. And Bill, I think you're going to be rewarded. There's going to be some good basketball played. You get a dose of it here already in the junior varsity, how good these kids are.
I didn't even know he was down there. He's so far down there now, I see him. How you doing, Bill?
How you guys? He's quiet man down there.
We should mention that this quarter is sponsored by Key Associates. Call Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks of Linton today.
He's probably thankful he's not working at WTHI right now.
Yeah, well, that's another story. Here, Dowden with the ball at the top, working on the left-hand side to Shields.
Miners
try to go inside to Shorter. He wants to see if he can go over Lauer. Lauer just rejects it. He'll have none of that. Working to the right side, Dowden. Oh, back to him again. He had Wiseman over there. Got it back to Wiseman. A little floater. Left it too short. Shorter bangs the ball out of bounds, and it'll be Linton basketball.
Played man first half mostly, and they come out there in a little 1-2-2. And
nice statement by Lauer, though, shoving it right back out.
Yep, it was big block.
I notice now they have Wiseman on Lauer, which is kind of an interesting pairing. Shorter trying to come up with a steal. What do we have here? We have a foul. It looks like it will be Bloomfield basketball. I thought they were calling a foul. Maybe he was just signaling it was the ball that was headed that way.
They got Sullivan there.
Braxton Shields across the timeline, working on the left side to Dowden. Dowden working on the left hand, gets it inside. Shorter kicks it back out. Wiseman. Three-pointer, right-hand side, good.
You won't stay in that zone very long if you leave him open out there, because he will light it up.
Collapse.
That's the third Walton Funeral Home Service three-pointer for Holden Wiseman. Real sharp shooter. We've said that already tonight, but he's proven it time and time again. Kingston Crane took his chance. No go. There's the ball saved. Oh, what a pass. What a pass. Was that Lauer? Well, that was a pass inside
on the finish
to Owen Smith. Wow. Sweet pass for a big man. Sweet pass no matter who made it. Left-hand side. Shot up in the air. Rims out. No good by Dowden. Rebound fought for, and it's going to be come out with Kingston Crane. Bounce pass to Owen Smith.
Bloomfield staying in that man.
Netherland now to Owen Smith. Owen on the right-hand side as the ball knocked away. Braxton Shields with the defensive maneuver. Smith. Looking. Ball almost stolen. They're having problems on that inbound. There's a pass to Smith. He will not take the shot. Gage Sullivan gets it to Owen Smith and back to Netherland. Drake eyes the offense. Lauer comes out to set the pick. They want to go back to him, and the pass just led him too much. And we have a steal coming the other way. Shields with the ball. Gets it underneath the Shorter. Oh. He cannot get it over Sullivan, but they're going to whistle a foul on Gage. And he'll go right back to the free throw line.
Good physical match between those two
guys. They've been going at it the whole game, and nothing by either one of them, overly physical. Right. They've just been playing hard.
Shorter. Perfect.
It looks like it might be 3 fouls on Sullivan. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going out. 5 points. Ian Motter coming in now. Ian about 6'5", I think.
Well, they save Sullivan a little bit for varsity, don't they?
Well, he has seen some action,
Yeah.
but not extensive. Second free throw, good again. 2, 3, 4, 6 points now for Shorter. And 4 of 5 of those coming from the free throw line. Motter with it on the left-hand side. Goes to Kingston Crane, working on the right hand, gets it to Lauer. Right-hand side Trey on the way, no good. Rebound on the fly. For Bloomfield, Dowden. To Wiseman. Loops it over to Braxton Shields in the corner now. Now back to Shields, an attempted steal, no go. King wants to kick it out to Wiseman, can't. Dowden kicks it back again to Shields, back to Dowden. Wiseman all alone. No good. Oh, and tipped out of bounds by Owen Smith.
Kind of a dangerous time of the game right now for the Miners with Sullivan on the bench over there. We're going to have to find somebody else to pick up that scoring load.
Well, we certainly saw a couple of trays from Kingston Crane in the first half. Here the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was tipped by the Miners. Just underway in quarter number 3, brought to you by Key Associates of Linton. 3:54 to play. Third quarter, 27-20 junior varsity action. Linton Miners hosting the Cardinals from Bloomfield. Braxton Shields. To Dowden. Will eyes it. Gets it to Wiseman. Back again to Dowden. Wiseman moves around one man. Nice move. Gets it underneath to the big fella Shorter, and his shot is no good, but he's been aggressive in there, drawing the fouls.
He has, and again, he was in the right spot there. The penetration from the guards is breaking us down, and his man has to help off there, and so a little short bounce pass, and he's got a short shot there.
Yeah,
shot up and good.
And when he can dish it out to Wiseman, who can sink a three,
yes,
you got to somewhat honor that at the same time.
Yep.
His second free throw is good again.
He's had a good quarter here.
8 points now for Shorter, 6 of those coming from the free throw line. Netherland to Lauer on the left-hand side. Wants to go underneath to Smith, moving without the ball. Great job.
Good back cut
by Owen Smith. 29-22, Miners by 7. There's a nice move to the cup. Soft bounce off the soft bank off the glass for Will Dowden. He has 5.
That was some visions of Greg Elliott right there.
He did it a little better than I did, but I'll tell you what, you've got to stop
the penetration.
That penetration,
yeah.
And he's taking it kind of upon himself to try to break that down a little bit.
Lauer to Kingston Crane. Kingston hook pass back to Lauer. They're going to leave him alone, and so far it's paid off. Coming the other way, Wiseman gets it over on the right-hand side to Shields. Ball in the air, a tray for Braxton Shields, his first Walton Funeral Service three-pointer of the contest, and the Bloomfield fans like what they see is now it's a 2-point game, 29-27 on the Stanger Homes scoreboard with 2:25 remaining in the third quarter. This is Rader Media Sports.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance. We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance. And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back. Greg, you pointed out that this stretch could be really important in this ball game, and it has been for Bloomfield.
Yeah, Bloomfield's come back. We held the Miners to 4 points this quarter, and we're sitting here. We've got to find a way to D up again. We're just not playing the defense that we played there in the second quarter.
Owen Smith eyed it but did not pull the trigger.
Seems to coincide with Sullivan being on the bench with 3 fouls, too.
Yeah.
Well, and they have also pulled back and let Lauer take the tray. They've gambled on that, and it's paid off for them. I think you want your pivot guy closer to underneath instead of out on top, and he's having trouble there.
He hit his head. Nice sportsmanship.
Yeah.
Well, they call that on the minors.
Yeah, it was an offensive foul on Lauer, and he's eyeing the bench. I think he needs to. Nope, he's going to stay in, but I thought he looked toward the bench like.
I don't know how that's a foul.
They're being very physical with on the ball. Bloomfield is, and that was one of those right there.
That could have been
Again,
a foul.
could have been a foul as well. They're not calling them, but the fear you have is that at some point somebody loses their cool in it and gets out of control. So there's a strong move and a finish there. Nope. What are they calling?
What was the call on that?
You know, in football, we call that makeup calls.
Brandstetter went in, got it. Looked like it was going to be an and one, but they must have called an offensive foul, or he stepped out of bounds.
They called a foul, and I think they called it with he was using his forearm, I guess, to push off there. But that was a good, strong move.
Yeah, that was a good move. So the score remains 29-27. Miners on top by 2.
Sullivan back in the game now.
Lauer hands it off to Gage. He pulls the trigger. No good. Wiseman with the rebound. We're coming back the other way.
Interesting, too, because it's just a minute to go in this quarter. You wouldn't want him to get foul 4.
No.
There's a bad pass trying to go in the pivot. It's stolen by Lauer. Just a shade over 1 minute remaining in quarter number 3. You look out here, it's almost, 80% full? There's still some seats in the corners. Crane is fouled. Kingston will draw that foul on number 23, Busenberg.
Point out the crowd, and really that right corner over there, that's heavy Miner fans over there. So Bloomfield's section is quite full. I don't know where they're going to sit.
We don't even have the band in here yet.
I know.
Lauer on the right-hand side. Kingston Crane pulls the trigger. No. Rebound by Smith, but nope.
Stepped
out on the end line.
See Coach imploring him to run the offense. Greg, I'm interested. When we get a chance, I'm interested. To me, it seems like the game has just turned almost three-pointer goal-orientated.
What do you mean almost?
Yeah, they don't run anything to try to get a place to get to the inside, and if you can't hit the threes, then your offense is almost completely stymied.
They're going for the last shot here. Wiseman with the ball.
Yeah, three-point is just become such a huge part of the game, and there are times when I think understanding possessions and understanding when we need a bucket, when we need a three, when you got a situation that that's a good move there. I just didn't quite get it.
And you can draw a foul as well.
Right, exactly. And, go inside, play inside out in some of those situations because there are times when they'll collapse down. You can get that out and be done.
Right.
End of 3. It's 29-27. Miners by 2. The fourth and final quarter in this junior varsity game to come. This is Rader Media Sports.
We use our sportsmen for everything around our property, like plowing snow all winter. We can't wait to put it to work.
Since 1973, Linton Cycle Sales.
Heather, I know tonight we're going to have a special rendition from the band tonight, correct?
We are. The normal band will be playing, but they have invited alumni from Linton-Stockton to come and play, and we are very excited to be able to see. I think, according to the band director via text today, he said that there was about 20 people that had signed up.
Wow.
However, sometimes that can be more, that can be less, depending on
who actually shows up.
So
Big D, did you bring your tuba?
Well, I did not, but I was waiting for for Heather to bring out the tri-toms because I thought that would be a great addition to the show tonight.
We also should mention that this fourth quarter is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton, Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks of Linton. Your key to the very best.
Actually, I'm teasing Big D because it's trumpet, isn't it?
Trumpet, yeah. And
I did play the band in the band at Bloomfield. Percussion, keyboard, drums, tri-toms.
I just played the trumpet, and I don't think I could get one note out of it now. There's
There's a tray for Owen Smith.
That is a Walton
Harrison
funeral
James in the game now for the Miners.
I
Walton
saw that.
Funeral service three-point shot.
Floater up, no good. Rebound is pulled down by Shorter, but they're going to call him for a foul.
I'm noticing over along the wall, the famous Steve Brett is in the house. He was coach for a long time. He was actually coach during the Sim State run. He and Ron McBride during 1994 for Bloomfield before class basketball.
He was the coach when I played at Linton.
Another sweet shot by Gage Sullivan is back on his horse. That's another Walton Funeral Service three-pointer.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I think he's coached at Shack and Mackett.
He has coached. Yes. He was also my neighbor in Bloomfield.
Yeah, he
nice floater, and that'll
good
fall.
move.
Will Dowden with 2. 35-29, Miners by 6 minutes to play in this ball game on the Stanger home scoreboard. There's a pass knocked out of bounds, tried to go into Sullivan.
Greg, I'm not understood why you didn't try to go with the Harrison James hairstyle when you were in high school. That's a whole new thing that I'm looking at out there.
It probably would have crossed my mind, I'm sure. That is a statement. There you go.
There you go.
Kingston Crane on the right-hand side. If you would have done that back in those days, Greg, you would have never lived that down.
No, those pictures would live for infamy on the internet.
Up.
Nice steal by Shorter. Wants to go the distance.
Don't want that fourth foul.
Up and off the glass. Good for Same Shorter. Nice hustle play.
Yeah,
and a timeout for Bloomfield. 5:25 to play. Quarter number 4 on the Stanger home scoreboard. 35-31 Miners. This is Rader Media Sports.
Rick Krine's Auto Detailing is the place to take your car, truck, or off-road vehicle for complete auto detailing and cleaning, and a ceramic coat that'll make it shine. Call Rick at 812-201-9551.
I'll make it shine like it's mine.
Welcome back. Cheerleaders for Linton out at center court. Just 5:25 remaining in this junior varsity game. Miners currently leading by 4, 35-31. Want to certainly invite you to stay tuned as soon as this game is complete for the Jordan and Vaught Insurance pregame show, where we start really delving into this Bloomfield-Linton matchup that we're waiting to see in the varsity contest to follow.
I think probably in my years of playing, Greg and Kevin, probably the biggest win in my years was beating Bloomfield here the year that the gym was open. And I can remember winning it, celebrating in that same locker room down there, and everybody hooting and hollering and turning around, and Coach Brett was standing there to come in and give us congratulations.
Yep.
And I thought that was a classy move by him.
Yes.
Because I'm sure you heard a few things that probably weren't the best things to hear, but we were pretty happy with ourselves.
Kingston Crane with the ball coming up. Now we got a full court press, as you might have expected here with this getting this late in the game. Lauer left-hand side off the iron, no good.
He's usually
coming the other way to
shots.
Wiseman. Pass is picked off. We're coming the other way. Kingston Crane with the ball on the left-hand
Nice
side.
pass.
Underneath Lauer, hooks it up, no good. He had just a little bit too much momentum going forward and couldn't get that off the
A
glass.
little out of control.
Oh, there's a foul
and he
on
goes
Lauer,
in.
and he gets it to count. Braxton Shields with the and one and the fist pump. And that'll be a foul on Lauer. How many is that on?
Looks like three
Three
on the
on
board.
him.
Well, I don't know if they've updated that yet. Sometimes it looks like it is 3. Okay. Harrison James checking back out. Drake Netherland has come back in.
It's hard to explain what it feels like. You get that ball underneath and you just feel like somebody's right on you, and he had all the time to put that up and in.
Missed the shot, but the rebound is on the back of poor number 23, Busenberg. He didn't know it. Kingston Crane with it, wants to one-on-one with Wiseman. Pulls up, wise move, gets it out on top. Netherland. Drake, a little fake and bake, and then there's the steal by Shorter, and it goes out of bounds. Great anticipation and athleticism by him.
Yeah, he's
big man.
Got around Gage 2 or 3 times and deflected that ball there. We've got to be careful throwing that pass in.
Yeah, Shorter's a
Go
good
hard
athlete.
up to the basket.
Great move by Kingston Crane, and he was fouled, but nothing called. And now Lowers gets the shot, and he is fouled. He's helped up by Shorter, even though Shorter didn't foul him. It was like those two big men have respect. They've been getting pounded.
I thought Kingston got hammered pretty good there.
Yeah, he did.
And no call.
Lauer will step to the line. Josh will shoot a pair. 35-33. Miners leading, but only by 2. 4:30 to play here.
Nice shot.
Hits it.
Free throws are going to be big coming down the end of this one.
Still a few empty seats here. The band's starting to move into place, but we still have some empty seats if you want to get over here. Great basketball to come. That shot up, no good. Shorter pulls down the rebound. Miners with a 3-point edge, 36-33 on the Stanger Home scoreboard. With it on the right side, or left side is Dowden. Left all alone is Wiseman. He had thought about it too much. Usually he goes right up. He paused on that one. Kingston Crane on the right-hand side. Hook pass, wanting to go to Lauer, loses it, gets it back to Owen Smith. Back to Lauer, spins, goes back to Smith. Kingston Crane breaks to the hoop without the ball.
You want to work here and get a good shot. There
Sullivan, scoop.
Nice. That was really good, strong move there by Gage.
Made the decision, and he wasn't going to be stopped till he fouled or went in the basket.
Yep.
I think he's got about 19 or 20. I've got to add that up when I get a break here. There's a nice move. Shot up, no good. A foul called, and going to the line is Will Dowden.
Yeah, I'm noticing that Shorter kid. He's just a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a really strong kid. And, again, rebounds, plays defense.
Gage Sullivan has 20.
Wow.
So just for the record, Will Dowden now getting ready to shoot 2.
Pretty safe to say that Gage could be starting a lot of varsity teams.
A lot of varsity teams.
As Josh Lauer as well.
I think this is why you've seen him get minutes on the varsity.
Oh, yeah.
Coach has said, he wanted to reward him for his play. Dowden's second free throw, up and no good. He missed them both. That hurts. 38-33 Miners. Kingston Crane on the left-hand side.
Get a good shot now.
Lauer into Sullivan. Gage trying to go up with it. He does, and he's fouled. But he was getting hammered left and right under there. He'll go to the line, shoot a pair.
Well, you like that they're letting them play. I mean, if not, everybody foul out by halftime.
Right, and the other thing that you want is just let them play the whole game. Sometimes
change it. Yeah,
they start getting
all of a sudden
little ticky-tack fouls for stuff that they've let go the whole game, but they've been consistent. Officials done a good job tonight.
Gage now 3 of 5 from the free throw line. He missed that first one, but he'll be getting another one here.
When the ump starts calling,
he did not play last year. Can you believe it?
That is hard to believe.
This kid with this much talent. He missed the second one, but Netherlands comes up with a rebound. What a break. Miners coming up with it. Netherlands with it out on top. Drake, left-hand side, Kingston Crane. Wants to go around his man, spins off the glass, no good. It was a great move. It just did not finish. The ball caroms out of bounds. It'll stay with the Miners.
Well, I recall last year he played JV football and made some great catches, and we were talking about this kid has some athletic ability.
We have a timeout on the floor. I'm not sure who called it, but
Linton.
3:01 to play. Thank you. 3:01 to play on the Stanger home scoreboard. 38-33. Linton with the lead over Bloomfield. This is Raider Media Sports.
Serving Greene and surrounding counties for over 30 years, Key Associates of Linton has helped generations of clients buy and sell homes. Whether you are looking to buy your dream home or a next investment, or sell your home to enter in the next chapter of your life, Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks are there for you every step of the way.
You know, while we have a second here, I want to deliver some kudos because Heather and I heard the band practicing earlier today, and I've heard them in prior games. They are on fire this year. This band, for whatever reason, and Heather, who's the new director?
Jeff Mayfield.
They are just going after it.
Yeah, every time I've heard them, they sounded great.
Just tremendous. I just want to give him some kudos to those kids and their band director. 3:01 to play. 38-33 Miners in the junior varsity game. This has been a back-and-forth tussle, but
good warm-up.
Miners just getting enough three-point shooting here, outside shooting, I think, to keep them on top. But it's been good sportsmanship and just hard-played basketball. That's good to see. Netherland wants to pull the trigger, and he can't find it, and he ran out of time.
Wow.
Well, you got to be counting on that.
Yep. Yeah, 3 minutes to go in the contest. You're up by 5, and now you could have gone up by at least another 2.
Coming the other way, Bloomfield. Wiseman wide open. No good. They pull down the rebound, kick it back out. He'll get another try. This one's good. Yes. You can tell as soon as
cannot lose him.
His 4th Walton Funeral Service tray of the night. 12 points for Wiseman. Kingston Crane on the right-hand side, moving with the left hand to the lane. Top of the key, gets it to the right side. Lauer out on top, Sullivan. Spin move. Pivot. Loses the ball. We're going the other way. Busenberg all alone. Gets it off the glass.
Great defense
His
by
third
Shorter.
point, and just like that, it's 38-38.
Well, started with that 5-second count.
Boy, the 5-second count just killed him. Netherland out on top. Again, they're having trouble getting the ball moving around here. Lauer takes the tray. Boom!
That's a big, big 3 there.
Yeah, and he'd missed 2 or 3 of those.
6 points for Lauer. 41-38 Miners. 1:45 to play in the game. That was a big hoop. They're trying to get it to Wiseman. He's the man they want to handle the ball. Ooh, a little scoop shuffle, and it works.
That kid's a player, too.
Yes, he is.
41-40, 1:30 to play in the ball game. Miners lead by 1 on the Stanger home scoreboard. Ooh, I thought that was almost a travel. Kick it out to Owen Smith. And take your time and get your shot here.
Yeah, need to get Gage. He's
Lauer. No, that is Sullivan.
Yeah, they switched on a screen out top, and Gage got the smaller guy on him. He needed to take advantage of that. He
22, maybe even 23
There's
now.
No help for Dowden there.
Nope.
Wiseman wide open.
Goodness.
Where is the defense on him? He comes wide open every single time, and he's knotted up at 43 all with just 49 seconds now remaining. Clock running.
It's just appropriate, isn't it?
Yep.
I mean, it's just appropriate.
Kingston Crane is knocked down by Busenberg, who's trying to make a play. How many team fouls is that?
Looks like they've got 4 on, unless they've changed it.
I wondered if, they may have already changed it. They're checking, I think, to make sure. 4th. So the next time, the Miners will be shooting. But there may not be a next time.
Yeah,
40 seconds remaining. 43-43. Miners trying to play for 1 shot. Owen Smith, there's the man. Sullivan wide open, misses it. Lauer with the rebound, kicks it out to Kingston Crane. Things are going to start getting a little
haywire.
24 seconds now remaining, clock running.
Until Gage did
Drake
not want to give the
Netherland
ball up.
Spins it over to Lauer. He'll take the tray. No good. Rebound tipped. Tipped by Crane. You see Crane lean over and tip that ball to keep it in play for the Miners. 11 seconds now remaining. We'll keep it right here for 43-43 all. And now what are they pointing to?
They're figuring out where the ball's going to go out of bounds so the coach knows as far as draw and play it.
11.1 seconds.
We had 2 great looks at the basket for 3 points. It would have been, the place would have erupted.
Yeah, there was Lauer had a really good look out here, just a little bit long.
See Tucker Lent coming out to get the county keg.
Uh-oh.
My understanding from my father is his initials are underneath the lid of that from
Really?
1962. So that's pretty
Have you
cool.
guys signed that?
No.
No? Big D?
Did what?
Signed the keg.
No. I didn't know you could. I don't think we ever had the keg. I think the L&M Braves in my time, they about
At
owned
least
that
not
keg.
that kind, huh?
Yeah.
I got touched it once.
43-43, 11 seconds now remaining in the game. Bloomfield coming out. They'll be the first to take the floor in defense here as the Miners will try to get the last shot. But you know how that works. Sometimes you don't. It's not the last shot after all. We'll see what happens here.
Next foul, either way, is a free throw for the Miners. So you want to
they can't give away a
hang
foul.
on to the ball, protect the ball, go
I
strong to
saw
the
a
hole.
last shot the other night. Addy McKee got hit into the stands and they didn't do anything.
There you go.
Nope.
Jump ball. Where's the arrow? I can't see it. The ref is standing in front of it. It goes to Bloomfield.
Oh, man. It was there. Sullivan was there, but they collapsed good, and now.
Guess who's checking back into the game here?
Yeah.
Timeout again. We'll hold it here. Sullivan will have the chance. Bloomfield will have the chance.
Tried to force it in there. It was there for a second.
Yeah.
We want to say hello to the following who have checked in tonight either on Facebook or YouTube. Watching from home, Lisa Arnold, Lisa McKee, Margaret Ann Simon, and Oscar are watching from home with the blue light special on. Rita Burgess and Sheila and Ed McCammon. We want to say hello to Kenneth Clements, who says Go Miners, who's watching on YouTube from Plainfield. Danny Shonk from Bogstown, and Billy Borders, who's sitting to my left, and Dan and Teresa Carpenter, who's sitting across the way. So thank you for checking in.
I can't believe it. There's still a few empty seats. Not many. It's probably about 95% full, but there's still
probably 100
some seats.
people standing down here waiting for this game to
there
get over.
are. Okay.
Without it,
Right.
I'm guessing there is. There usually always is.
Getting their popcorn.
If Holden Wiseman doesn't touch the ball here on this out-of-bounds play, I'll be really surprised because I can't see them not.
Well, if Linton doesn't have him,
you got to figure they're going to have him
they
covered,
have got to.
You can't double team him because then you give up the bunny underneath the hoop. But you got to tell whoever's on him, you're on him.
Maybe
Wiseman.
Maybe they don't guard the throw-in guy. Looks like they got
5 trays.
So we've got 5 back against their 4.
17 points for Holden Wiseman. Ball is inbounded to Shields.
Yeah, they got fouls to give.
He's fouled right away.
And they got one more here to give, actually 2 more to give before they're shooting. So 1 more to give.
Yeah, and he's got to dribble a little bit. I'd let him dribble just a hair and then foul him.
Harrison James is now guarding Braxton Shields, and Shields is who they want to go to. Wiseman, though, has the ball. Owen Smith is on
going
it.
in.
Going right to the hoop. Misses it.
Oh, my gosh.
No, it's going to end at 43-43. They're going to play overtime? No. Do they?
Yeah, they will.
Oh, yeah. He got wide open there on that. Got around Smith on the baseline. He just put it up a little too hard. I think he probably thought he was a little closer on time. But
I thought that was going in.
Yeah, I thought so
3
too.
minutes and 30 seconds of bonus JV basketball.
Typical.
Just what you would expect.
Oh, my gosh.
Been a well-played game, so we'll take some bonus time here.
So we are going to say that we're going to give Key Associates another nod for not a quarter, but 3 minutes and 30 seconds. We want to say remember to keep them in mind as they are your key to the very best. Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks of Linton.
I guess we could call it the 5th quarter. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we've got bonus 3.5 minutes up on the clock.
I'm just bracing myself.
Why not do sudden death? Next shot wins.
Half-court shots till somebody hits one. We're sitting here, again, free throws don't roll over. So, we're looking at a situation here where Bloomfield next foul, Miners are shooting. 2 fouls for the Miners. So yeah, so they're gonna. It should be interesting.
The Miners then, because we'll go to the line if we're hitting them.
Yeah.
Lauer will be jumping it up against Shorter.
I keep waiting for the drums to kick in at any second. Right about. I just feel it. It's coming. They were all on my side last time we were here, so.
Sullivan. Miners get a quick shot there by Brody Yake, his first 2 of the ball game. How important is that? Kingston Crane, right-hand side, no good. Shot up, no, it's no good by Drake Netherland, but what a great job. How often do the little guys know, don't bring it back down, just put it right in.
Did a good job of going up and.
Well, I was about to say, bring it down and get back up, but he got fouled.
But if he breaks it back down, those tall guys, he was going to eat it.
It's catch 22 there.
Shot up and no good. Drake will get another one. He's yet to score in tonight's ball game, but boy, he's played very well. He's the straw that stirs the drink in this offense at the point guard. Drake will get another one. Missed them both. Shorter pulls down the rebound. Bloomfield coming the other way.
Get out here on our wing.
Pass out. Kicking it out again. Dowden with it out on top. Wiseman coming for the ball. Kicks it. I thought he kicked it out of bounds, but it was a good save by Kingston Crane. Owen Smith bringing the ball up. Gets it to Crane across on the right side. Goes underneath. Shot up and good. Josh Lauer moving without the ball. 2, 4, 7, 8 points for Lauer.
And he looked like he got a pop to the face in the process.
Yeah. Yes.
Dowden. Right-hand side, Wiseman. Shot, no good. Lauer. No, I'm sorry, it's not. It was Sullivan with a rebound. Kingston Crane on the right-hand side. Man underneath. Oh, don't fake. Just go up. He gets fouled. Owen Smith will shoot 2.
Just got enough of it to knock it out of the bag there. Cause it looked like that was a definite 3. Now he's got to hit these free throws.
7 points for Owen so far tonight. It's his first free throws.
Made a really good back cut on the baseline there. He was wide open. Just I think he turned into the defender there. I think he felt like
0 for 3 from the line. Missed it. He'll get another one. Checking into the ball game is Bo Busenberg. Owen will get another one. Oh my gosh, they missed it again. And he is a great shot.
0 for
4 in the overtime on the free throw line. That's deflating. 45-45. Wiseman driving to the rack and gets the hoop.
Where was that in that overtime? Last second shot.
Following around the screen over there and got behind him.
They've not been able to have an answer for Wiseman. He's been great tonight. Kingston Crane, left-hand side, goes to Sullivan. Gage with it to Lauer. Kingston Crane thought he was going to pull the trigger. Owen won't. Wants to go inside. Bad pass. Picked off. Yake with the steal. And here come the Cardinals.
You would think they would use some time here.
Yeah, they're not going to.
Good shot. And instead,
ball rolls out of bounds. Minor basketball. Wow. Great defensive play there by Kingston Crane.
Coach Ellis over there just kind of walking down the sideline.
Drake Netherland. I can't believe this. 47-45. They just can't get any. Oh, nobody there on that pass from Gage Sullivan.
He must have thought somebody was going to be there.
I think he was expecting Smith to come around, but they stepped up and bodied Smith up out here and kind of impeded his direction. So one of those you got to see where you're going. It was kind of a blind pass.
Back-to-back possessions with turnovers and then a
Miners make some substitutions here that are interesting. We can talk about those when we come back. It's 47-45. Bloomfield on top in overtime. This is Rader Media Sports.
Varsity, Linton employees are dedicated to providing the best and most reliable utility service, security, and safety for its families and students. As the new mayor, I agree with the sign, "You'll like Linton." But you'll really love our miners.
Looks like it could come down to the last shot once again. It is 47-45, though. Bloomfield has a 2-point advantage right now.
Minute 17 is a lot of time.
Yeah.
A lot of time. But I'm guessing Bloomfield's going to be pretty deliberate in what they're looking for here as far as the shot goes. Miners are going to have to put a lot of pressure on and try to turn them over.
Yeah, the longer they hold it, the Miners would have to foul. It'll be interesting to see here what the defense can do and what they'll do on offense.
Shorter's back in the game for Bloomfield as well.
Rosenberg on the right-hand side to Shields. Shields goes around a shorter screen, then gets it back to him. Off the glass, good. What a great give and go. Shorter makes it count. And that makes it a 4-point ball game. Now it's a whole new ball game. They got to get moving. Shorter with the steal again, and another foul call. You know, he's so good. He moves so fast. Sometimes he goes through them, though.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened there.
That'll be a shot for Sullivan.
Yeah, this is good.
Stops the clock.
Yeah, the clock's not moving, and got to be able to hit these.
Is it now 0 for 4 in this overtime?
Yeah. I mean, those 4 points, but the score would be tied right now.
Yep.
Gage. 3 bounces of the basketball. The shot up, no
goodness.
good. Oh, no, it fell. It caromed off and then finally fell for him.
Magnet.
There we go.
And he hit them both.
Timeout Miners.
49-47. The Miners still trailing by 2. We'll keep this one here for this one.
I want to send prayers and to the family and friends of Pat Vaught, son of Boomy and Sharon Vaught of Bloomfield. Boomy and Sharon were pretty big pillars in the city of Bloomfield, town of Bloomfield, and we just want to let the family know and the community know that you are in our prayers.
So if you're just joining us, it's overtime in the junior varsity game. It's 49-47, Bloomfield by 2 with 49 seconds remaining.
Also want to send a congratulations to Kiera and Tyler Stockram. Kiera is the minor cadets coach, co-coach actually, and they had their son this week, Ruben Levi, born on January the 14th. So congratulations from us.
Congratulations.
Just be prepared. Capricorns are hard-headed.
23 Busenberg to trigger the inbounds pass here.
Long. There it is.
There they go to Wiseman.
There you go.
James turns around at just the right time, and the Miners have the ball, but they're down by 2.
There's that defensive back
40
move.
seconds remaining in the ball game. What are they going to do? They want to get Lauer back in the ball game, but so far he has not been able to get up and get in. Gage Sullivan with it. Spins, goes back to Netherland.
They look confused.
Gotta go.
Harrison James coming up to set the screen. Netherland will take the tray.
Oh!
Yes! Drake Netherland buries it.
Big shot.
His first points of the game. It's a Walton Funeral Service three-pointer.
Stop.
Find
Wiseman.
50-49 Miners. Loose ball on the floor. Shorter picks it up. Shields will drive to the hoop. Owen Smith there to meet him. No. Shields will can the shot.
Gotta go.
We're coming the other way. Or will. No.
Tried to call a timeout. They must not have had
Did
one.
they not have a timeout to call?
No. He was calling timeout, but is it still a technical if you call a technical?
Yeah, it's a technical if you call it, but
he sure looked like he was calling it. My goodness.
Wow, what a ball game. 51-50. Bloomfield wins a junior varsity contest. What a game, and what a tune-up for the varsity contest to come. Well, when we come back, I'll total a little bit of the scoring here on this one to give Gage Sullivan and Wiseman and some others their due, and then we'll get on to the pregame. Oh, go ahead, Heather.
We're going to keep it right here because the sorry.
Well, that was some action. I think hitting that three, the kids kind of forgot there was still 15 seconds to go. And they almost still got the ball back. A great move by number 4, Braxton Shields. And then I'm not sure what happened after that. I saw
we had the loose ball out here, and there's your instincts go after that loose ball.
Yeah.
Well, when they did, and they got possession of it, he was wide open.
I'm still totaling up here. I will tell you how it stacks up for Linton-Stockton. Drake Netherland with 3 points. Owen Smith with 7. Reuben Goodman had 2. Kingston Crane had 6. Gage Sullivan had 24. Josh Lauer had 8. Now totaling it up for Bloomfield. Braxton Shields, 3, 5, 7. None bigger than that shot right at the buzzer. Will Dowden coming up with 4, 7 points as well. Bo Busenberg with 3. Brody Yake with 2. Holden Wiseman, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17, 19 points for Wiseman. 1 for Leighton Graff. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 for Same Shorter. So they win it by 1.
We're going to take a quick timeout to hear from our pregame sponsor, Jordan Vaught Insurance. This is Raider Media Sports.
At Jordan & Vaught Insurance Agency, you don't pay extra for the over 80 years of combined experience that will be available to you when dealing with questions about your auto, home, farm, life, or Medicare supplements. They're always there to help from 8:30 to 5 p.m. on weekdays at 123 South Franklin Street, the very same Bloomfield location since 1972. You may not realize the value of experience until you need it the most. Call Jordan & Vaught Insurance, your friends with experience, at 812-384-3535.
Welcome back to Raider Media Sports. We're getting ready for varsity action here between the Bloomfield Cardinals and the Linton-Stockton Miners. And you're hearing not only the regular band, but the alumni band, which we're very excited to be able to bring to you tonight.
We've got the Miners ranked AP-wise in 2A. They are at 5, number 5. Bloomfield is number 2 in the AP 1A behind the Clay City Eels. In the USA Today, Miners are sitting at 5, Bloomfield at 3 behind Orleans and Clay City. So 2 games are going to affect how that pans out.
Yeah, there's
Big D, I may ask you to go ahead and repeat all that because with that band playing, I don't know if you could be heard or not.
Yeah, just in the AP poll, Miners are 5th. In both the AP and the USA Today poll, Bloomfield is number 2 in the AP and number 3 in the USA Today. And I said this to Heather earlier. This is something that I ran into by accident. The Miners in the last 11 seasons have the highest winning percentage in the state of Indiana.
Yep.
237 and 46, 84%, just ahead of the Bar Reeve Vikings.
And is that for all classes or just 2A?
all classes?
That's everything.
Wow, that's impressive.
I was talking earlier too about the conference. It's the 6th rated conference in the state right now. We got number 1 Clay City in 1A, number 2 Bloomfield, number 5, and then you got number 5 Linton in 2A, but then you got North Davies and North Central both in there.
Yeah.
Just a really, really tough conference this year.
They love their basketball in small town Indiana.
Absolutely do.
Well, you especially love it when it's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
And these kids are good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're very good.
We saw WRV knocked off Orleans, so that's saying something.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to keep doing the seat update, but there's still a few seats up here. Somebody wanted to come in at the last minute. You still got some opportunity, and I think it's going to be basketball you will remember.
I'd say there's some bathroom breaks and concession breaks on because
they know they're not getting up.
Once the game starts, you're probably not going anywhere.
It's great to see Terry Schwinghammer walking up through the crowd. Not hard to miss Terry.
Yes,
at all. He was one of the guys that started as a sophomore, if I remember right, coming up through just a few classes ahead of me.
He was part of those 3 sectional teams in the 70s that won. So,
every once in a while I flash back to what it was like when it was Switz City Central. And that sectional was the be-all of everything at that time.
I'll tell you, I have noticed one, it's not a major change. It's more cosmetic than anything else. But since the last time I followed the boys' basketball team here, Paul Oliver has grown a beard.
Yeah. And I'm wondering about the uniforms. Are these new? Because the other white ones.
Wait a minute. How can he grow a better beard than me? And he's only 16 or 17 years old.
No kidding. Well, they call him a man-child, right?
Yes.
Another thing to talk about, guys, is I didn't realize this, but Linton and Bloomfield always have been a battle. But the Miners had won 17 in a row over the Cardinals until that 3-point defeat in the tournament. So not only was that a big win for the Cardinals, just to win that then, but
you know what? I thought today that the last 40 years, though, Bloomfield has the advantage.
Bloomfield dominated it for a long time, and Linton kind of went through and listened. In those 17, there were several games, overtime, last-second shots, a lot of great ball games.
The last 21 has been 18-3 in favor of the Miners, but you got to go all the way back to 2015 when Bloomfield won 2 of 3 back then. But I'm like Greg, in my day and my time, Bloomfield was the kingpin.
Yes.
L&M Braves had a run there for a while, but Bloomfield has always been a stout program.
But let's talk about the difference in the last game these two teams met, when Bloomfield won it by 2 points, but the Miners were 2 of 23. 2 of 23. Can that happen again? And if it does, what do we credit that to? Is it defense or just a bad night?
I'm glad you said that, because both teams' shooting percentage, Linton was 34, Bloomfield was 34. That tells me there was strong, in-your-face defense. The Miners, 3 of 22, 23, and they were 1 of 10 in that deciding fourth quarter. That's just 13%. Bloomfield only put it up 12 times in three-point land. The other thing we talked about was the free throws. Bloomfield was 8 of 12 in that fourth quarter.
They got to hit from the outside to free up Oliver on the inside. If you don't do that, it's just
there's games like this come down to a lot of times how they're officiated too.
Yeah.
And so if they let them play like they let the JV game play, you're probably going to see a lot lower shooting percentage.
Well, definitely.
And certainly not a lot of trips to foul line.
Paul had 4 fouls. Daly had 4 fouls in that first meeting, and it kind of affected how they could go. The other thing would be Neal didn't really hit a lot from the field. He was 2 of 8, so they did a good job on it, but he was 5 of 8 with the free throw, 3 of 5 on three-point land. Workman and Pace are 2 other guys that can hit. The Pace kind of is a tall, lanky kid that can hit from the three-pointer. I kind of almost feel that we will see Paul go inside early, and see how the officials are going to let that rumble.
Yeah.
Well, it will be interesting because Blake Neal, as far as I can tell, is the leading scorer in 1A statewide with an average of 31 points every time he takes the floor.
Yeah, again, I looked up too. He's second in the state behind the Mullins kid at Greenfield Central, who's going to UConn. So, he is the real deal. There's no doubt about it. And you can't, if he gets his average tonight, they'll probably come out on top. So you want to try to keep him in the 20s for sure and see how that works out. It's not an easy task.
The offensive boards are also key. Both Paul had 4 of them, and like I said, what was his name, 30, Medina. He was kind of getting around there quite a bit. Both teams were pretty physical.
But you know what, guys? Oftentimes it comes down to someone else. Who for the Linton Miners? I'll give each of you one pick. Who else from the Linton Miners has to stand up? Paul Oliver does.
Right.
Who's the other one that has to step up tonight? Big D, you go first.
Oh, thank you, Kevin. I'm going to say Connor Daly, because he has the ability to drive. He has the ability to hit the 3. He has the ability defensively. Seems like he's on the he probably will be on Neal tonight. But if he can get on his game early and give us that other threat, then they'll have a tough time guarding both of those guys.
Greg?
Yeah, I would go with Connor as well, but I'll tell you that my next one in line would be Miller. He's such a catalyst to what happens on the floor and getting the ball in the right places and the kids in the right spot playing defense. I think he'll have a big hand in this as well.
I have some food for thought for you. I'm going to go 1 and 1A too, but I'm going to go Tucker Lint and Jake Rose.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Because the outside shooting of Jake Rose could really be interesting if he's on tonight. And for Tucker Lint, I just feel like he would be like a burr in the saddle of Bloomfield in the first place. And if he gets out there and plays well, he could make a difference.
And honestly, in the first matchup, who you just said, Tucker Lint, he did have he had one of the best games he's had all season. He got a couple of inside plays. And played quite a bit in that contest, so he could be a role in that. That gives us some inside boards and some toughness that we need sometimes.
For those who don't know, Tucker Lint transferred in from Bloomfield to Lint.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of extra motivation on both sides. I think if you're Bloomfield, you're looking at, you know what Neal's going to bring to the table. Right. What are these other kids going to, contribute? And they're going to. They're good ball players. They're good role model. Do they have somebody else out there that's going to get them 20 points tonight? I don't know.
But the guy I look at is also another 6'6" individual, right. Owen Medina. Yeah, How often do the Miners face two guys at 6'6" in the starting lineup?
And he didn't score at all in the first meeting. His big numbers were not things you put on the scorecard. He had 4 rebounds, but it just seemed like he was in the thick of everything. Really, you look at their team, Workman and Ingram were 2 of 4 from the field. Neal was 2 of 8. Patterson was 0 of 4, so that's kind of an unusual thing. And Myers, looking back, I did go back and look. Tucker Lint was 2 of 3 from the field, just 4 points, but he had 2 or 3 boards as well and a couple of steals on the inside. You talked about Jackson Miller. Jackson, he didn't have his typical game. He was 0 of 6 from the 3-point, didn't even have another shot. He did have 7 assists, and that's where you talk about him being able to set things up.
Heather, though, Bloomfield has lost a good basketball player this year who was injured, correct?
Yeah. Hunter Abner.
Yeah, he was one of the most valuable players in that Terre Haute Tribune.
Hunter Abner,
in that last year. Kind of a big kid, tore an Achilles. But they
is
beat
he
us
a junior?
Good.
Yeah, he'll be back next year.
He's a junior, but boy, that Achilles is a tough thing to come back from.
He was one that he was their second go-to person. That's a big.
Okay, let's take a break here in this pregame. You're listening to the Jordan and Vaughn Insurance pregame show, Linton and Bloomfield. This is Rader Media Sports. Got to get it in the air. Shot up. It's a three-pointer. Jackson Miller calls the big shot. Bingo! Oh, my God.
We thank those Rader Media Sports sponsors who make our broadcast free to view for those at home, abroad, and who watch on the replay. Whether you're a Minor Pride sponsor, one sports sponsor, or simply appear as rotating banner sponsor, Rader Media Sports helps to promote you well beyond the broadcast. You appear in many live broadcasts each game night, but many rewatch after the final buzzer or horn, giving you increased exposure for years to come. You're listed on each sports web link on RaderMediaSports.com, giving visitors the opportunity to hyperlink directly back to your business website or social media page. Game Day social media graphics list your business or name as another reference to you. And we're developing additional ways to give extra promotions to our Minor Pride sponsors even after a signed contract, all free of charge. Reminder, 30% of all sponsorships received are donated directly back to Linton-Stockton schools. The remainder is used for IHSAA fees, our Miners Broadcasting Student Club, scholarships, equipment, travel out of town, and even out-of-state games, and donated back to other causes within our community.
Getting through, they break out in the open. Can they do it?
Come on, Jesse.
At the 50. Run, Jesse, run!
Oh, yeah.
30,
Go, buddy.
20, 10, 5. Touchdown, oh, mama!
So what are you waiting for? Sponsorships start as little as $100 a season, which includes regular and postseason play. Let us help get your business, organization, and family name before thousands through dedicated social media marketing. Rader Media Sports prides itself in hard work and professional coverage while providing night in, night out work for all things Linton-Stockton.
Welcome back to Rader Media Sports. We'd like to give a couple of nods to some of our sponsors that you're going to see tonight in rotation. Obviously, we are in the Jordan Vaught Insurance pregame show, so call Ross and his staff at 812-384-3535. They're in Bloomfield today. Our quarter sponsor is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton. Call Allie Walton, Mary Beth Geralds, and Audrey Sparks of Linton to be your key to the very best. Walton Funeral Service serves as our three-point shot sponsor, and they are dedicated to funeral pre-planning with professional and compassionate service that leaves kind memories since 1915. So call Todd and Cindy Walton of Linton or Spencer to be your lamp of hope when you need them most. Starting lineups tonight will be brought to you by Klusner Constructions. Whether it is a remodel or a new construction home, you know it will be done right the first time every single time you choose Tony and his crew. So call Tony Klusner or Bart Wade of Linton today. Stanger Homes is our scoreboard sponsor, and did you know that over 30% of homes sold were in the winter months? So don't wait. Give her a call at Stanger Homes at 812-219-2307. And finally, E2 Custom Creations is our post-game sponsor, and they're taking pre-orders now for Mother's Day and 2025 graduations. They can pretty much laser engrave on just about anything. So call them at 812-798-0174 or find them on Facebook at E2 Customs Creations today. And during the E2 Custom Creations post-game show, we'll hear from Coach Matt Britton, have wrap-up of stats from both sides of the court, so stay tuned. Kevin?
I did speak with Coach Britton a little bit today, you guys, and I did ask him a little bit about how are you going to try to handle Blake Neal, and he said there will never be the same person on him. Yeah. So every time Blake Neal comes up the floor, he'll be facing somebody different. What challenge does that present?
Everybody defends a little different. And you know, it presents a little bit of different issues. You got people with a little more size, a little more quickness. You know, it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. But absolutely, anything you can do to try to disrupt him a little bit of keep him from getting in a rhythm is going to be helpful.
And I also think that's going to keep some freshness. You know, if he's able to score a couple times on you, mentally you kind of let up a little bit, and we can put 3 or 4 guys really that have the same kind of feel on him.
So
this is Rader Media Sports.
Whether it's the classroom, the field, the stage, or the court, it's time for another production of Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners, on the Champions Network of the IHSAA.
There's still about a minute and a half yet before the opening festivities here. Let's talk a little bit about Paul Oliver. We've talked a lot about Blake Neal. Paul Oliver's coming into this game averaging 18 points a night. He's no slouch.
No, Paul's a hard handle for anybody. There's not a lot of kids that are going to match up to him size or athleticism-wise. And you certainly don't want to get in the front of him when he's coming down the lane. So, you know, I would expect them to put a lot of pressure, double on him a little bit. You know, again, same thing that you're talking about with Neal. Try to disrupt him just a little bit, get him out of a rhythm.
Yeah, and I think that, as Greg has mentioned earlier, how the officiating is called, how much they let them play. Paul sometimes can make the decision to charge that lane and get in there, and they pick up some charging fouls on him early. He gets in foul trouble, that'll be something to worry about.
Yeah, that would be huge. We're now just seconds away from the opening festivities, which, of course, will include the national anthem and the introduction of the starting lineups. As Heather pointed out earlier, brought to you by Klusner Construction.
This is a first 1 to 45 game for me.
What's that?
This is the first 1 to 45. I don't see this game. If this game gets up in the 60s, I think the Miners win. If it stays down in those where it's a little more controlled possessions, a lot of longer possessions, I think it's going to be tight, and Bloomfield's going to be right where they want to be.
And it was 46 to 43, so you're kind of right on the nose.
I think it'll be a lot like the last one.
It's hard to get up from back
My
here.
goodness.
And Heather, who are we seeing here?
The minor cadets, the minor flags, and the minor dance team. And our own Leah McKee, the minor broadcasting club student, is carrying tonight's American flag.
Everybody's getting in place, and as you can tell, it's getting very quiet here. I'll remove my headset as soon as everybody is in place, and we'll listen.
And a guard, a 5'10" senior, number 5, Lance Workman. And a guard, a 5'6" sophomore, number 10, Tyler Patterson. And a forward, a 6'1" senior, number 22, Jaden Ingram. And number 4, a 6'6" junior, number 30, Owen Medina. The card goes on Coach Master Nate O'Neill.
Getting ready now for the starting lineups for the Linton Miners. Again, brought to you by Klusner Construction. With that, we are ready for basketball.
A lot of energy in here tonight.
Yes, there is.
Your graphic, do we not want to show that with the announcing, everybody? No?
I have a number of times.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
That's okay.
Sorry, I didn't know that. So we're ready for the tip. Owen Medina, 6'6", jumping up against Paul Oliver at 6'4", and we are set for basketball.
How important a quick start, Greg?
It's going to be real quick, real important for both of these teams.
Oliver controls the tip.
To do.
We're coming this way.
Bloomfield in
Jackson
a 3-2 zone.
Connor Daly looking inside, nothing doing there to Oliver.
Seems like
he's being picked up right now by Jaden Ingram.
They did run
They're
this
in a zone,
3-2,
though, aren't they?
They did run this 3-2 a lot against us that game. I remember that.
They extend out on the wings. Really makes that shot outside. There we go.
There, that caused the turnover.
Extend those wings out there and make it difficult to swing the ball.
Connor Daly was wide open in the corner over there, but they went to the wing instead of to the corner.
And you're going to have to break it down in the middle, too.
Tyler Patterson working on the left side.
Cooper
Patterson.
Smith on Neal right now.
Now they go to the right side. Blake Neal, first jumper of the ball game. No good. Off the rim. Connor Daly with the rebound. We're coming the other way.
Now
Jackson Miller.
Bloomfield switched up, going man here.
Connor Daly.
Yep, they're going to do this.
They did this last game when they played as well, right? Switch the defense up.
Yeah, and it really messed us up offensively, rhythmically.
Looks
Daly.
like the Bloomfield crowd is rearranging their student group right in the middle of the game.
I see that. Interesting. Oliver out on top. Filtner. Daly. Jackson
Again,
Miller.
just a typical defensively. They're switching on screens, making it really difficult to get a good look at the basket.
Oliver.
Here's in the past when Paulus just seized control and drove the lane.
Paul had the ball out.
Oliver.
There it is.
Off the glass, too hard. Rebound up, no good.
Oh.
Foul. And it's going to be called on number 30, I believe, Owen Medina.
They get him or Neal?
We'll see.
No, they got Medina.
Real quick for the people asking what the graphic is this one here on the screen, which details our broadcast team tonight from left to right. Kevin Rader, Greg Elliott, Dan Phillips, Bill Reilly, myself, Leah McKee, and Adeline Walton.
Paul Oliver gets that first free throw. The Miners Strike first, 1-0.
When he drives the lane, Greg, I mean, he's got the ability to get by there, and we attack and draw fouls. This will be key.
I think he's amazingly quick.
Yeah.
He's deceptively quick for a big man.
For a big guy. Or the trip before that down on the wing, he was thinking about going in there, and Blake Neal was helping over in the middle of the lane. So it'll be interesting to see how that looks. There we go.
Neal with the ball. Cooper Smith on him. Then he gets double-teamed by Feltner. Now they're going to go inside. Ingram wants to take the shot. No good. Oliver rejects. We're coming the other way. Cooper Smith. Now he gets his pocket pick.
There we go.
Tyler Patterson coming the other way.
Wanting to push it. There it is.
Jumper left side. No good. Another clank for Blake Neal. 0 for 2 so far from the field. Jackson Miller. Oliver. 2-0 Miners. If you just join us, we're just underway. They go underneath the paw. He tries to go up. Ball knocked away from behind by Lance Workman.
Well, that was a tough entrance pass by
Yes,
Feltner.
it was. Yes, it was.
Here comes Tucker. Here comes Lentz in the ball game for Feltner.
Yeah, big substitution here. Tucker Lent into the ball game. Shot there, up no good by Cooper Smith. With the ball out on top again, Blake Neal working to the left side, Patterson. Miners open up, man for man, Oliver trying to get the steal away from Medina. He's got to go through a double team. There's a spin move. That is Neal. And they called a foul. See what it is.
Had the right idea out there, but you can't let him split you like that and get to the rim now.
Fouls on Cooper Smith.
Blake Neal will be going to the free throw line. He's a 74% three-point free throw shooter. And that one reflected that.
Normally I'd say
up.
That would start getting under your skin to have two guys in your face all the time, but I don't know that it affects Blake Neal.
Greg, you still down there?
Yep.
Okay.
At this point, he's used to that.
Medina with the rebound, pulled out of there. Oliver. Paul dribbling in traffic, coming down to the left side. Bounce pass to the corner to Lind, back to Oliver.
Oh, here's a
Ken
mismatch
still working
right
from the
here.
wing. Jackson Miller.
They switched it back out there.
Yeah, he had the serious advantage.
Connor Daly working on the wing. Lent. Miller. Shakes his man off, goes in. Floater.
Oh, my goodness.
Good. Jackson Miller. First two of the ball game for him. It's 4-1 Miners. Blake Neal working on the right side. Trapped over there. Bounce pass. Gets it out. Patterson, top of the key now to Workman. Left side. Now they go underneath. Wide open. Shot up. No good. How do you miss that at point blank? And then Blake Neal did not miss. He gets his first basket of the field. He has 3.
Cannot give them second chance opportunities.
Got a box out. Jackson Miller.
Second offensive board.
Right side, Connor Daly. Jackson Miller. Daly likes the tray. Bingo.
That's a big shot to see that first one go in like that.
A Walton Funeral Service three-pointer for Connor Daly. He's averaging 13 a night, and that's his first 3 here. Blake Neal kicks it out on top. There's an answer. A tray for Tyler Patterson.
That's the danger when you help off onto Neal. You leave somebody open.
Walton Funeral Service three-pointer.
There's a big shot there for Bloomfield.
But you'll take that, I think. Is he going to make those all night or not?
Yeah. You at least ride it out a little longer because you know what Neal's going to do.
Daly. No good. Too hard. Rebound pulled down by Workman. Lance brings it across the timeline and kicks it back to Blake Neal. Neal hands it to Tyler Patterson, the 5'6" point guard. They go inside. Neal shot up, no good, but he's fouled. I think Cooper Smith will collect that one.
That's number 2 on Cooper. Nope, they go 32.
Oh, okay. That Lint.
We want to say hello to Mark and Jean Peacock watching from Daytona Beach. We'd also like to say hello to Shandy Hayes, who says, "Go Cardinals." And Rita Goodman Smith watching from home, as well as Patty Jones watching from an archery competition, and says, go Miners.
Blake Neal hits the first one. We have the substitution. Feltner back in. Cooper Smith is out. Second free throw good again. Sweet. He's 3 of 4 from the line. Total of 5 points. Jackson Miller brings it up. Daly back to Miller on the left side. Now he floats over to the right wing. Almost an attempted steal. Oliver kicks it out. Lent was wide open. Shot did not fall. He tried to backdoor by cutting to the hoop. Didn't work. Connor Daly will answer. He hits it, and he's fouled. He'll have a chance for a 4-point play.
And Connor was the one that kicked that ball out off that tip, off the miss.
Key play. That's the stuff you don't see in the scorebook at all.
A Walton Funeral Home Service three-pointer, and boy, you don't often. This is rare, these 4-point plays. Who knows, but Connor Daly will step to the line.
You say the old-fashioned 4-point play.
Missed it. Ball tipped out. Patterson's coming the other way. Floats it over the right side, throws it away. Intended for Ashton Pace, who's checked into the ball game. Now we have another substitution coming in. Number 20, Reuben Goodman is now checked in. Lint is going out. They're trying to keep people fresh here, moving people in and out for the Miners. At least they're big fellas. Oliver inside to Feltner. Back out to Paul. He wants the tray. Yes.
That's big. Bloomfield went to that zone that time. The Miners did a good job moving the ball.
Walton Funeral Service three-pointer for Oliver. 13-8. Miners out to a strong start with a 5-point edge.
And a 3 of 4 shooting from three-point range. 75% shooting, 50% from the field.
Right now, get it out on top. Medina hands it off to Blake Neal. Feltner is on him. He gets some help from Goodman. Now there's the drive. Up, no good. Rebound. Pulled out of there by Goodman. Jackson Miller on the right-hand side to Oliver. Whips it left side to Daly. Baseline jumper. Feltner off. No good. Rebound. Daly. He's fouled by a reach-in. Number 10, Tyler Patterson will collect the foul. We're getting ready to see a substitution here. Coming in is number 22. That's Jaden Ingram is coming back in the ball game. I believe checking out was Medina. So now there's only one 6'6" ball player on the court. Daly takes it to the rack. Shot up and good, and it'll count. Blocking foul. Connor Daly is taking control. That he hit the ground on that a little fast, didn't he? Is that what gave that away?
No,
I don't think it was set.
He wasn't set. It was Connor going to the basket pretty hard. They were both moving. So
8 points already for Connor Daly, and he will now shoot another free throw. He missed his last attempt.
Hate to pat my own head, but he was the guy I said had to get off to start, and he's providing it.
Nope.
What happened? No free throw. Somebody step in the lane too quick.
Lane violation for somebody. I think it was. He called it on Connor.
Saying hello to Heather Harris, who's watching from the car en route to Fort Wayne for a volleyball tournament, and says, "Let's go Miners." Want to say hello to
ho. I was going to say
over and back. Over and back. Heather, go ahead.
Want to say hello to Susan Bowling, who's watching, and I know she's rooting for the Cardinals as Bloomfield coaches her son. Hello, Susan.
Jake Rose has checked in. Paul Oliver now bringing it up across the timeline.
3 turnovers apiece.
What a great tool to have in your arsenal when your big man can bring the ball up.
You want to try to get that ball into Feltner right there in the side.
Jake Rose.
Be able to kick that.
Yeah, they're trying to draw them out, aren't they?
Jake's got that three-pointer. He can take it over there in the left-hand corner. He's a sharpshooter. Daly on the left. On the right, I mean. Oliver on the left.
25 seconds.
Paul.
Going man here now again.
23. 21. 20. Daly starts to move. Is it out on top to Goodman? Goodman to Oliver. Oliver around the Jake Rose screen. Back out on top, Daly. Nobody else moving. Daly will take it to the hoop over Blake Neal off the glass.
Stop.
Connor Daly is on fire. Shot at the buzzer, no good. We're played one quarter in Linton, and the Miners have a commanding 17-8 lead on the Stanger home scoreboard over Bloomfield. This is Raider Media Sports.
Linton Sporting Goods has an over 20-year tradition of offering Hoosiers the best in sports equipment and apparel. They feature Wilson, Demarini, Louisville Slugger, Marucci, Mizuno, and much more. Get ready for any sports season by shopping at Linton Sporting Goods on Highway 54. When the winners shop.
The grill is a Linton tradition that's lasted over 100 years, and the same family for the last 40 open 7 days a week with steak night every Friday and Saturday night. You can dine in or carry out at this eatery located in the heart of downtown Linton. Fish Monuments located at 289 A Street Northeast in Linton. They'll meet with you to design your special cemetery monument. Whether you're pre-planning or have recently experienced the death of a loved one, contact Fish Monuments in Linton or reach out to them by phone at 930-236-3002.
Can we keep it up, Greg? That's 55% from the field, 75% from three-point. Off to a nice start. Connor Daly, 2 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2. Actually 4 or 5 from the field, 2 of 2 3-pointers.
Ingram tries to back in. He packs it in, tries to go over Lint. No way. Oliver pulls down the rebound behind his back. Dribbling through traffic, gets it to the corner. Feltner back out on top. Jackson Miller on the left wing. Now dribbles out on top. Yo-yo dribble to set up the offense. Right side, Rose. Bounce pass, Oliver. They sag. He shoots. Baseline. 2 for Paul Oliver.
Step back baseline shot.
You can't defend that.
Nope.
7
here you go,
in the
right
game
here.
for Oliver. Blake Neal wants the ball. He got it, and he travels.
Defense
he also missed the shot, by the way. He's going to catch on fire. You know the time will come. But
going to have his run at some point. But
Connor Daly checks in, and Feltner goes out.
This second quarter is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton.
Jackson Miller will bring it up. Oliver on the left-hand side. Miners lead it 19-8 on the Stanger home scoreboard. Daly kicks it back out in the corner. Jake Rose open. Trey on the way. Bounced off. No good. They got a foul called. It's going to be on Patterson as he tried to block out Connor Daly.
Pushed him inside. Connor's fired up.
Yeah, that's 2 on Patterson. It was a good look there. Miners patient on offense. Same thing. We just got to stay that. There we go.
There,
right
inbounds to Oliver from Jake Rose. Paul Oliver. 2, 4, 6, 9 for Oliver. Miners lead 21-8. Patterson on the left side going to Neal. Ball stolen. Great defense by Jackson Miller. Coming the other way. Oliver. Blake Neal coming out to meet him. Spins it on the left side to Jake Rose. Out on top, Miller. Back to Oliver. The ball knocked away by Neal. Oh, it might have been a traveling call there, but no. Blake Neal gets the basket and the steal. Great play. Sometimes you get your offense going by playing good defense.
Yeah, you know Bloomfield's got to run, so.
Jackson Miller to Daly. Spins to his left, now back to his right. He got the given, or tries to float it in. Great save by Lint oh no, they say stepped on the in line.
Didn't establish himself when he came back in. Tucker wasn't looking for the ball. Almost made a big save there, but
just a little
real athletic attempt there to save
out
that.
of sync there the last couple trips down the floor. They're going to have to do a better job of just calming down a little bit and running their offense.
Patterson, right-hand side to Workman. Looking for Blake Neal. No. Goes in the right corner. Ingram. Shot. Oh, hits the backboard. It was way off. There he tries to follow, and he does a great job following his shot. He was fouled in the attempt, and he'll go to the line.
That's one of those you hate. Ball hits the top of the backboard on the shot. Comes off weird, kind of out of position. And
don't really know where that's going to land.
No.
But Ingram did a good job following his shot. That's what you're supposed to do. He'll get the free throw.
Second foul on Daly.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
And he's been kind of the catalyst. He and
Oliver.
Is that a second? They got him for 1 on the board.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So change.
8 points for Connor Daly.
Yep.
I have him for
9 for Oliver. Second free throw up, no good.
1.
Miners will rebound. Daly to Jackson Miller. Right side, Oliver. Left side, Miller.
Give it in there to Paul.
Gets it to Paul.
There you go. 2 best guys.
Spin on the left. Foul.
There you go.
That's exactly
Blake
what
Neal.
you want to do. If you're Linton and you can get that matchup, you want to let Paul go to work there because, again, that's first on Neal and just keep taking it at him.
That's what I thought we'd see because we had success for that up at Terre Haute.
Paul, free throw, no good. That's his first missed free throw. He's now 2 of 3 from the line. He has 9 points currently in the game. Oh, he missed them both. Connor Daly with a rebound. And shot no good. But he got fouled.
Yep.
Who's it on? Blake Neal was right there.
22.
Ingram. Jaden Ingram collects the foul. And boy, you nailed it with Connor Daly, Big D.
Yeah, he's
3,
playing.
6, 8. 10 points already. Make it 11.
Well, the game is 4 quarters. So you've got to, we've seen games the Miners have been ahead and all of a sudden they let up and the other team's right back in it.
Interesting substitution pattern. It's constant for the Miners. Keep people fresh in that front line. Second free throw good again. Miners have a 23-11 lead on Bloomfield with 5:13 to play in the first half. Workman directing traffic as he comes up. Gets it inside to Neal. And there's a foul called there.
They call that on Cooper. That's 3 on him.
They get Cooper or they get Miller?
It looked like Miller to me. It is Miller. Yeah.
Jackson Miller with the
you'll
foul.
take that.
That's his first. Workman on the left side. Jumper on the way for Neal. Good.
Yep.
Wow, it was a beautiful shot. A Walton Funeral Service tray for Blake Neal, and he was way out there, folks, well beyond the three-point arc.
The defense got out there
Paul
on him.
Oliver trying to respond. Up, no good. Rebound coming the other way. Ingram gets it back to Workman. Left side. Daly on him.
Now he can hit.
Shot on the right side, up no good. Oliver attempts for the rebound. But the Miners want a timeout. They get the rebound. Feltner pulls it down. Miner possession when we come back. 4:33 to play here in the first half of play. 23-14 Miners. Best of luck to the Linton Miners this season. Bender Lumber proudly supports our area student athletes. From building supplies to expert help with your projects, Bender Lumber has you covered. Everyone at Bender Lumber in Linton is rooting for the Linton Miners. At Indiana Farm Bureau, we're not just good at insurance, we're good at your insurance. Talk to your local agent, Jathan Wright. He's here for you, whether you want to talk in person, get started online, or you can call him at 812-798-2615. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood. The snow and cold are plentiful this year. Watch out for that ice. You can ask Big D about that. Make sure your vehicle is protected now. Call Audrey Sparks at Richard Brown Insurance to melt those worries away.
I did my impersonation of a flying trapeze act yesterday.
It's easy. It can happen in a split second. So be careful out there. Connor Daly coming up with the basketball. If you notice, this is the third different person to bring the ball up in the offense for the Miners. Feltner on the left. Jackson Miller with it now out on top. Wants to go to Daly. Workman is on him. Connor takes it. Fights through the fight.
Oh, he's gonna
and
get a foul.
there's a push out. Connor Daly.
That's what you don't want right there.
With the foul there, pushes Blake Neal out of bounds and collects a foul. And is that his second?
Yeah.
Jake Rhodes getting ready to check in, and you know he's coming in for Connor Daly.
Connor's been a catalyst. He and Oliver with 21 of the Miners' 23 points Conversely, Neal with 10 of Bloomfield's 14.
Blake Neal brings the ball up. Patterson working on the right wing. They want to go to Neal. Oliver is on him. Step back, shot up in the air. Good. That was a two-pointer, correct?
Yeah. He doesn't need a lot of room to get that shot off.
23-16, Oliver. Stepping in, off the glass. Paul retaliates. Gets two right away. 25-16. Ooh, good move by Neal. Floater in there. That thing's starting to heat up now.
Nasty furious.
25-18. Two more for Blake Neal. You can see how he can score 30 points a night easily. Feltner on the left side. Oliver wants to tray. Yes! Walton Funeral Service three-pointer for Paul Oliver. 28-18. Miners still ahead by 10.
5 assists from Miller. You expect that number.
Yep.
Patterson works around the Neal screen. Hands it off now to Workman. Ingram wants to go in, throws a little elbow off the glass. No good. Rebound is pulled down by Feltner. Jackson Miller coming the other way.
Feltner's done a good job tonight on the boards.
He has. I was just getting ready to say that was his third pickup. Giving him just one shot.
Oliver calling for the screen. He gets it. Goes on the left side.
We had Cooper there on the peel out.
Oliver. Blake Neal on him. Jake Rose.
Reset.
2 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in the first half. 28-18, Miners by 10.
You could be
Oliver
patient with 10-point lead.
Kicks it out to Jake Rose. Out on top again to Jackson Miller. I think Feltner was open on the baseline, but they did not see him over there. Being extremely patient here.
Everybody's nice and quiet.
Miners be content here to get a good shot or run this clock down and get the last shot.
1:45 to play. Clock running. First half. Jake Rose starts to make a move. Pulls up. Feltner.
And watch out getting picked.
And his own man, Jackson Miller, coming up behind him. Back out on top to Oliver.
There he sees it.
Wants to go on Neal. Floater. No good. Rebound is pulled down by Blake Neal. Off and running.
Stay with him.
He's getting pestered. Shot on the left-hand side. Up no good. Rebound by Jackson Miller. Workman's jump shot just not falling. Oliver kicks it out to Jake Rose. I thought he'd take that. He did not. 1 minute to play in first half.
Smart move there. Pull it out.
Yeah. I mean, up 10, they will work for the good shot. Paul had a decent shot, a little bit of body into him. I like that the officials aren't calling it, though.
Jake Rose, the freshman. Jackson Miller, Paul Oliver. They're just killing time here, folks. Isn't that a country song? Just killing time.
Killing time.
Rose out on top. Jake Rose, 24 seconds now remaining, clock running first half. They've had the ball for, is it almost 2 minutes?
Yeah, Bloomfield came down, took the quick shot.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
There it is.
9, 8, 7,
gonna
6.
get it for travel, and he hits it.
7 seconds left. Paul Oliver wants a foul. He did not get it, but they do get the jumper. Now he's got a question for the referee, but he does get the jump shot, right?
No, he travels.
No?
He travels.
Oh, he traveled.
That is the 6th turnover for the Miners, and that one was costly. That would have been sweet to go in on that shot.
Watch Neal.
It would have been Workman coming up, trying to sprint his way up against Jackson Miller. Jumper, and he gets it.
That's a
first points of the ball game by Lance Workman. So it's 28-20 at intermission on the Stanger scoreboard. Stanger Homes scoreboard. Miners lead it 28-20 at the intermission. We'll be back with a halftime show when we come back. This is Rader Media Sports.
Century, you have seen a lamp as our logo. This is the Lamp of Hope. It is a symbol that though we will go through darkness at the time of loss, there is a light that leads us to a greater eternity. It also reflects that we will be a light to help you through this difficult time. We're here when you need us most.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell a home, the opportunity is better than ever. Take advantage of the falling interest rates. Real estate provides the highest returns, the greatest values, and the least risk. The best investment opportunity will not fit into a safe deposit box, but you can live in it.
So we will take a look at the scoring from the first half. Whoa, when we come back. It is 28-20, the Miners leading by 8 on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports.
My name's Gary McBride. My favorite memory is the bus rides on the way to games. And I've been playing since 2nd grade.
My name's Addy Feltner. I've been playing since 2nd grade. My favorite basketball memory would be our state run 2 years ago.
My name's Tucker Linton, and I've been playing since 2nd grade. And I'm just really excited for a deep postseason run because I think we have a lot of hope and we see a lot of bright future for this team.
The band is entertaining us here, and Heather, it is the alumni band and the school band.
It is.
That's cool tonight. They're entertaining us at halftime. But Big D, you have the hard part. You have to talk over this. Bring us up to date on these stats that you and Heather have been working on.
Well, the Miners come out tonight. The first quarter was really, Connor Daly with 10 points in that first quarter, and then he only had 2 in the second quarter. That was Paul Oliver time. He got 9 of his 14 in the second quarter. Paul leads the Miners. He's 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 2 from three-point land. So he's shooting 62% right now, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 14 points to lead the Miners. Connor Daly is right behind him with 12. He's 4 of 6 from the field. He's also 2 of 2 from the three-point line and has been at the free throw line 2 of 4 times. So he's got 12. Besides that, he's got 2 points from Jackson Miller on a shot from the field. That gives the Miners a total of 28. The Miners are shooting 53%, 10 of 19 from the field, 4 of 6 night and day from the first meeting earlier this year, 67%, 4 of 7 from the free throw line for 57%. For the Cardinals, pretty much led by Blake Neal as we thought. He's 4 for 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 3 of 4 from the line. He's got 14 points. Other than him, 5 from Tyler Patterson. He had a 3-pointer, 1 of 2 from the field, and 1 point from Jaden Ingram on a 1 of 2 performance from the line. They have 20 points. They're shooting just 39%, 7 of 18, and 2 of 7. That's 29% from three-point line. 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 6 of 7. Turnovers are even, 6 even as well for both teams. 4 fouls for the Miners, 6 for the Cardinals in that first stanza, and it was kind of back and forth as we thought. Leading the Miners on the defensive side of things are Connor Daly and Ball Oliver with 3 each. On the Bloomfield side, it's a Blake Neal with 4 of them, 5 assists from Jackson Miller, as you would expect. Kind of going as we kind of expected, but the Miners have got to expect Bloomfield's going to have a little bit of run. They got to keep up that defensive intensity.
Yeah, that last 20 seconds of the first half was a big momentum swing because Miners are in control. They're going to get the last shot, get the travel, then they come down and hit the 2. So we hold it for 2 minutes and come out negative 2.
Yeah.
You know,
you go from a positive 12 to a positive 8, and then they go in with a little bit of momentum.
Right. So this first 2, 3, 4 minutes here, this third quarter is going to be big. Miners need to come back out and see what kind of adjustments each of them have made here.
All right, you guys. And Heather, I know we've got kind of a special segment about ready to go on here. You want to tell us about it?
Well, we have our student reporter assistant, Leah McKee, going down to the band. She's going to interview the band director here about what it means to have the alumni and the regular band playing at a time. If we have a few moments here.
That's not something that we did it last year, I believe, which was kind of a new thing. I don't remember the alumni band being a part of the thing. I think it's a great idea to bring people back.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I thought they did it once or twice last year, but it's just been really, really good, and they do sound good tonight.
I used to play this song in my rock band. I can remember it. A little bit different.
He doesn't. The band director doesn't realize he's killing his own time.
Yeah. I tell you, Kevin, they played Chicago earlier, and if they really
25 or 6-4,
they wanted to. They should have really brought me in there with an electric guitar and an amplifier.
There you go.
That would have been fun. I would have done that. There he goes. Perfect.
There it is. Now let's see what happens.
She's right there. Does he know it's coming?
Yeah, but I don't know if he knows it's coming right now. She's going to have to get aggressive. Get in there.
Turn around.
Turn the mic on. Turn the mic on.
Hello, I'm Leah McKee, and I'm here with Mr. Mayfield.
Hi.
And tonight is alumni night for the band. How is this making you feel seeing all the alumni come back?
That's pretty cool. In my first year, it's nice to see like the history and hear their stories about the school. So it's been fun.
Did you come to school here?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't go to school here. Sorry, I went to North Davies actually, so I'm familiar. I grew up in Bloomfield, so I wanted this matchup to be a bigger band because I wanted to beat Bloomfield.
Well, yeah, we all do. This is a really cool experience for all the band members. Are you Are you liking it so far?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. The cool thing is most of the graduates that come back are also, they've had a lot more years on their instrument, so it's cool for the students to see that as well.
Well, thank you for this chat. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Leah McKee, student reporter.
That was great.
I'd like to clone her into about 20 kids.
Yeah, it'd be
she
great.
is phenomenal.
A North Davies grad and a Bloomfield.
A North Davis grad and what? And Bloomfield what?
Didn't he go to Bloomfield?
No.
Where
did you hear that?
He said something about living in Bloomfield.
Well, the Miners underplaying here.
Here we go.
I think there is some ties to Bloomfield.
Oh, is there? Oh, okay. Feltner with it on the right-hand side. We're just underway here. 28-20. Miners lead by 8. But this is anybody's game. Oh, I thought Cooper was going to take that. He thought better of it. Jackson Miller with the ball. Oliver.
Boy, that opening bucket in this half is key.
They're double teaming Paul. Gets it out. Gets it to Feltner. Makes a move up underneath and draws the foul. Owen Medina, all 6'6", got all of Hayden Feltner.
I think we should mention to those that are joining us that are not familiar with what we also do is we have a Miners Broadcasting Student Club. We meet every Friday with a number of middle school members as well as high school members. And you just saw one of our members who's in the middle school who is just phenomenal. She loves being on the microphone, and she's always willing to step up. And then we have another member of our club in the high school, a freshman, Addy Walton, who has taken some pictures for us tonight.
Feltner makes 1 of 2, and it's a joy to have all those kids involved. We thoroughly enjoy them. Patterson working on the right-hand side. Dribbles out now at the top of the key. Feeds to the cutter. Thinks better of it. Workman kicks it back out to Patterson. Back to Workman in the corner. Almost stolen, but Blake Neal floats to the hoop and gets it in. First 2 of the second half for Neal. What did you have him down for at halftime?
He had 14.
So that is now 16 for him. Jackson Miller at the top. Feltner, Daly, Miller.
Gonna trap this
out
out
to
top.
double team. Daly. Whoops, they step in to steal that pass. Workman coming the other way. I thought there might have been a traveling call there. It looked like he took a little hop. But nope, it's a foul on the Miners. 29-22, 6:24 remaining in the third quarter. Can't get the ball into Workman, but they're trying awful hard. There he runs it down. And brings it up across the timeline. Cross court.
Oh, he walked.
Oh, I apologize.
Yep.
That was Patterson. There's a walk. A walk by Medina. That was Patterson that was bringing the ball up. Now we have a substitution. Tucker Lint coming into the ball game. Cooper Smith checking out. What a luxury for the Miners to have the depth that they have this year. Daly. Feltner. Back to Daly. Looping pass over to Jackson Miller. Lint on the right side. Back to Miller. They try to trap him. Go back
right
to
there,
Lint.
backside. Oh.
Paul Oliver wants to shake and bake. Tries the pass, and it's intercepted again. Tyler Patterson. Been very active here in the second half defensively. Blake Neal. Off, no good. Rebound, Tucker Lent.
Nice fighting for the ball there.
Yes. Bloomfield's doing something here they didn't do in the first half. It's kind of throwing us for a loop, but they're trapping out of this press or out of this zone.
Miller.
Right there it is.
No go. Feltner drives, kicks back. Connor Daly spins it back to Feltner. Oliver, top of the key. They'll set it up again. They're ahead by 7, 29-22, 5:05 to play in the third quarter. On the Stanger home scoreboard, Connor Daly's shot, no good. Blake Neal coming the other way. Paul Oliver will pick him up. Spins, step back, shot, no good. Rebound, Oliver.
That's his first miss from the field, other than 3-pointers.
No, I thought he had another one in the first half that he missed.
He missed 3-pointers.
Okay.
One of those could have been a 2.
Oh, okay. Daly. Jackson Miller.
Switch back up to man.
The only thing about kind of working like this long is it kind of takes you a little bit out of your game. They were flowing pretty good in that first half.
Yep.
You're eating clock, which is great, but you got to get points on the board if you're doing it.
Oliver, nice feed to Daly, but they're going to call a foul.
Wow.
I'm not sure who it's on.
Looks like Workman.
Yep. Number 5, Lance Workman gets the foul. Jake,
that's 3 on Workman.
Rose checking in. Feltner out. 3 on Workman, as you heard Big D call. Oliver being the point guard.
They really don't have much depth either. Looks like they might go 6 deep.
They get
Jake Rose. Bounce pass to Daly and an
4.
automatic foul there on Lance Workman. So getting ready to come in is Ashton Pace.
Now he's one of their ball hawks. This Workman
is that
kid
4 fouls on him?
Yes, it is.
4 fouls on Workman? Oh my gosh. There's a ball deflected out. Blake Neal trying to call that it went off the Miners, but no go. 29-22 Miners. They're inbounding the ball. Being very deliberate on offense here.
And that's good defense from Bloomfield as well.
Jackson Miller. Lint looping around. Sets the screen for Jake Rose. They get him the ball. Miller. Lint. Tucker. Looking for Daly.
There.
Inside to Oliver. Back to Miller. Out to Daly. Wide open, all alone. Shot. Goes. They trade.
Thought that was going to stay short.
Yeah.
Had enough to climb in there.
Walton Funeral Homes 3-pointer for Connor Daly. And that puts him up now to, is that 15, Big D?
Yeah, 15 points. We got a foul. I'm not sure who they're
on Paul.
Is that that's the first on Paul?
Second.
Is it not? Second.
You know, and the last couple fouls called on both sides have been kind of, you know, and they're not real big physical fouls. It's kind of tapping.
Pace with the ball on the left wing.
Good defense on the inside.
To Patterson.
Daly shutting off. Look at him. They just, 30 was wide open.
Medina wanted the ball, but they weren't going to give it to him. Drive. He wants to kick it out. He does to Blake Neal. Daly is there with him. He's going to do the step back, is he not? There he's got a man wide open. Shot up,
defense.
no good. And Jake Rose with the rebound.
Paul did a great job then of not trying to swat that. He just got up in the air and kind of made him change his shot.
Yeah, just great.
Jake Rose, wide open. Trey on the way, off the front of the rim. Rose hits the turf, or the court, I'm sorry. He got knocked all the way down, but nothing called there. Pace. Daly tries to hustle. He out-hustles Neal. Comes up with the ball. Off the glass, no good. Rebound, fought for and pulled down by Daly. And a foul called on Blake Neal.
Great effort by Daly. He's showing how much he wants it.
Reuben Goodman checking in. Jake Rose going out. He's mad at himself. I know he thinks he should have had that three-pointer.
It's just 2 fouls on Neal. Got a new face in here
Lint
now.
also checked out, so Reuben Goodman came in. Cooper Smith came back in. That's the other substitution.
And they bring in Braxton Shields, who hit the game winner in the JV game.
Into Goodman. Now out on top. Paul Oliver wants to take it in.
Whoa.
Pass. It's rejected.
Yep. Well, that looked like a good block, honestly.
It did look like a good block, but Paul is saying that he kicked it out of bounds. But either way, the ref on the far side made that call. 32-22. Miners by 10. Cardinals have the ball. 1:25 to play in the third quarter on the Stanger home scoreboard. Patterson waves Shields through. Miners at a man for man. On the right side, Shields.
Watching Patterson.
Yeah, he didn't
trying to go to Neal. Daly is on him. Wants to spin around. Now tries to drive to the hoop. He's picked up. Triple teamed. But he gets the ball out of there and draws a foul.
Cooper reached in a little bit and got his arm.
It is so hard, though. You've got him if you just stay there. 3 of you got him. Second foul on Cooper. That seems like it should be more.
Feltner coming in. Connor Daly coming out. Now, that was not on Connor, correct?
Oh, it wasn't.
Right.
It was on Cooper. Smith,
okay.
He's got 2.
Just checking.
Going to say hello to Susan Egnew-Sparks, who says she's watching. There's a full bucket of talent on the floor tonight, and we agree.
Boy, there really is. Both teams. Just a wonderful assortment of basketball talent there. That shot's going to go out of bounds. An attempt to save it to no avail. Miner basketball. 48 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Pace had 9 points in the first meeting. He has not been a factor in tonight's game as of
Jackson Miller. Bloomfield coming out to trap at half court. Got to make sure these passes are crisp. Feltner. Miller. So far, the Miners not even smelling close to the hoop. There they get it in there. Feltner. Cooper Smith. Jumper. Yes.
Big shot by Cooper.
His first 2, he was wide open in the lane, and he made it count.
And you know if he can hit that shot, that they're banking on it. He's not going to shoot it, or Feltner.
Feltner's doing a good job on Neal right now.
Ball's going to roll out of bounds. Miner basketball. 7.5 seconds to go in the third quarter, and the defense stops him there. Connor Daly's going to check back in for offense. Goodman will step out. 7.5 ticks remaining. In this third quarter, Jackson Miller sprints across the timeline. Sets up on the right wing. Now goes to Daly. Shot up in the air, no good. So at the end of 3, it is 34-22. Miners in the lead. Team Ortho is Greene County's only orthopedic clinic featuring board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. John Hammerstein. Team Ortho also has led athletic trainer Jen Arsenault, who works with Linton-Stockton student-athletes to help minimize the risk of injury. Call Team Ortho today at 847-3381, Greene County General Hospital. Our family, caring for yours. Looking to sell your home? Century 21 Cheats agent Corey Motter specializes in getting top dollar for his clients with a proven track record of personalized marketing strategies. Corey strives to make selling easy and stress-free. Get the results you deserve and close it with Corey. Marsh Madness Sand Hill Crane Festival, brought to you by the Friends of Goose Pond in partnership with Goose Pond Fish and Wildlife Center. Kickoff is Friday, February 14th and all day Saturday, February 15th, 2025 at Humphreys Park and Goose Pond Visitor Center. Visit www.friendsofgoosepond.org for more information. So, let's see. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Not a lot of scoring. 6-2 Miners that quarter. That's
what was the score at halftime again, you guys?
It was 28-20.
Yeah, and Bloomfield had hit 71% of their shots in the second quarter, down to 25. They only had 4 shots. Miners just had 6. Linton's still hovering around 50% shooting. So
this ball is going to be in Neal's hands a whole lot more, and you can bet he's going to be putting it up.
Cooper Smith. Neal used his body well to get position to get to the float to the hoop. 18 now for Neal.
Here comes press.
Jackson Miller gets it across to Feltner. Back to Jackson, and they go to the corner trap. Looping pass to Oliver. Pull. Into Feltner. Cooper Smith. I apologize. Oliver. Feltner's wide open on the back over there. There they get him.
He just doesn't take that shot. Now Cooper at the elbow there is.
Feltner's going to make him come get him. So far, they're not going to do it. There, get it to Oliver. Inside, Cooper Smith. Back to Oliver. Jumper. Is that 16 now for Oliver?
Yes, 16 each for Oliver and Daly, or 15 for Daly.
There's a shot up, no good.
Got to block out, especially on those long shots.
Inbound will be Blake Neal. Cooper Smith going out. Coming back in, Tucker Lint.
Neal is 1 of 5 from three-point land.
Trap play over in the corner on Neal. He has to give up the ball. There's a shot by up and no good. Ball tipped.
Oh, my gosh. Call that on
Feltner.
Call a foul on Feltner. Looked like everybody floated to the right and he went to the left. I don't know.
I think they called him with his offhand on
him,
but
Lance Workman getting ready to inbound.
Reminder, this quarter is sponsored by Key Associates of Linton. We're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to continue to read some of our game sponsors. Kevin?
If you need excavation work, then you need to call Hall's Excavating. They do site work, utilities, septics, land clearing. They even offer drain, camera, and cleaning. Offer Hall's Excavating in Linton. 812-699-0200. Call Brock Anderson Construction for your home repair and building needs. With over 25 years experience in the construction field, he strives to have you come home to quality. Call Brock at 812-798-5583, and he says, go Miners. Team Ortho Foot and Ankle Center is home to board-certified foot and ankle surgeon Dr. Matthew Parmeter, who has more than 35 years experience treating patients across southern Indiana. For more info, call Team Ortho at 847-3381. Greene County General Hospital, your family caring for ours.
Our family caring for yours.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
That's okay. Just want to make sure we got it.
Correct, yeah.
Correct.
Bloomfield to inbound. Ingram gets the shot up and in. 3 points for Ingram. 36-26. It's still that 10-point cushion for the Miners, but
here's where you expect the Bloomfield run. The Miners,
get it into Feltner. Daly. Back to Feltner. Back to Daly. Oliver on the weak side.
It's easier to see stuff from up here, but
yes, it is.
Miller inside to Oliver.
Oh,
Paul feeds underneath to Lynn. Goes up, and no.
No.
They're not going to count the shot, but Lynn will go to the line.
Great up fake, but I'm surprised they didn't give him that.
If it's the NBA, that would have been contamination.
Oh, they're saying it was before the shot?
Yep.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Well, I guess it was. You think about it, but I'd have gone up.
Oliver. Yep. Lesson learned. Oliver working on the right side, starts to drive, loses control of the ball. May have twisted an ankle a little bit on a floor there. Jumper left-hand corner, up and good to Trey by Ashton Pace. A Walton Funeral Service three-pointer. That one hurt. 36-29 now, only 7 points. You can hear the crowd for Bloomfield starting to get excited here. Connor Daly, left-hand side, in and out, no good. Lint with the tip. Oliver comes up with the ball, and what do they call a foul?
Foul on Feltner.
But you knew a run was coming.
Timeout, Linton. 5:22 remaining on the Stanger home scoreboard, 36-29 Miners. Crane Credit Union supports area schools and wants to encourage every student to do their very best. With youth and teen accounts, students can earn $4 for every A on their semester report cards. For more information, visit your local branch or find out more at cranecu.org. Let your Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, Jathan Wright, help you think about insurance. Stop by the office, submit your info online, or give them a call. 812-798-2615. Proud to be your hometown grocer. Save a Lot encourages you to switch to their brands and save. This week includes 3 for $11 Red Baron deep dish pieces and 1 gallon of ice cream for $6.49. And shop for Valentine's Day early with sweets that say it all. Remember to shop the dot to save a lot. Linton Sporting Goods, your local one-stop shop for all things sports, locally owned and operated in the family for 40 years. They'll make sure you're ready to start the season or upgrade throughout the year. Find them on Facebook today. Well, Big D, you called it. You said there was a run coming, and it is here. It
feels like we're slow and trying to eat that time up, and we're getting some good looks. But
when you don't cash in after the long wait.
Yeah, then you have a couple of turnovers and a couple of things go against you. Bloomfield's right back in this contest.
Patterson on the left-hand side to Workman. Now out on top to Ingram. They try to go inside to Neal, and they call another foul. Wow.
They're calling a push-off. I don't see how that was on Daly.
That's one you can't agree with there, I guess, unless you're Bloomfield.
He was fronting him.
Yeah, I mean.
Coach Britton is making a point, calling it both ways. He's pointing over to the other side. Ingram.
Oh, boy.
Or that was Pace, I apologize. Yeah. Patterson working on the right side. Out on top to Blake Neal. What a shot. Spins. He's going to take it right up on Daly. Shot up, no good. Gets his own rebound and puts it in.
He's decided
20
to take over.
for Neal. 36-31. Miners still with a 5-point advantage, but it's Bloomfield on the offensive warpath here.
It's as close as they've been.
Connor Daly wide open left side, no good. Tip up. Oliver with the ball. Out on top, Jackson Miller.
We need to be attacking the basket inside. We can't be content just to shoot that three.
Yeah, that's what's been successful for us. Is charging that rim.
Feltner's trapped. Now they get it out to Oliver. He'll drive, shot up.
It's in.
It goes in. It should count.
It should count, absolutely.
This is the gentleman who didn't allow the basket to count last time. Let's see.
They're calling that on the floor.
Goodness gracious.
Wow.
So that, again, doesn't count?
No.
Nope.
Unbelievable. Now, is that 2 that should have counted?
That's 2 to me. That one particularly. The other one, I think they could justify that he hadn't gone up yet. But this would look like he was
checks
up.
out.
It's 3
Cooper
on Ingram
Smith is back in. 3 on Ingram. They inbound the ball. Oliver.
Especially if we come away without points on this.
Jackson Miller. Daly. 4 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the ball game. 36-31 Miners by 5. Daly on top. Right side. Going to Paul.
There you go.
They cover him. Cooper Smith.
Good job.
On the weak side, on the feed by Paul Oliver. 4 for Cooper.
What a pass.
38-31. Miners on the Stanger home scoreboard. Workman. Left side, Blake Neal. Fakes on Daly. Goes into the lane. Passes off. Shot up. No good. Foul called. And number 22, Jaden Ingram, will go to the line.
That was a nice pass by Neal, just like Oliver did to play before. Realizing everybody's collapsing on him. It's going to be on Lentz.
Yeah.
But you got to have the guy cutting to the hoop. And that's exactly what Ingram did. And he gets the free throw. That's his 4th point of the night. Misses the second one. Long rebound.
I was going to say travel.
Travel.
There, but you can't. We've got
Minor basketball. And Bloomfield wants a timeout. 3:34 remaining in the ball game. 38-32 Miners on the Stanger home scoreboard. This.
Give Audrey Sparks at Richard Brown Insurance a call whether you're buying your first car or starting your own business. She knows that finding the right insurance can be a challenge. So call her at 812-847-4798 today. Are you looking to buy or sell your home? Trust the local expert. Corey Motter knows Greene County inside and out with years of experience and a passion for helping you find your perfect property. Close it with Corey and make your real estate dreams a reality. The Grill is open 7 days a week with a large menu featuring daily specials. Dine in or carry out your favorites for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Located in downtown Linton, this family-owned business has something for everyone. And is your family protected? Contact Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Alicia Cornelius to discuss your auto, home, farm, life, or business needs. It's not just about protecting my family, she says. Let me help protect yours too. Proudly serving Indiana. Call 812-582-8941 to speak with Alicia. One agent for your insurance needs. Kevin?
Thank you, Heather. 3:34 remaining now in the ball game. 38-32. What are we looking at, Greg?
Going to be a scrap. Last 3:34. It's going to come down to free throws and, in my opinion, defensive rebounding. We've got to keep those second chance opportunities.
Passes got to be crisp. Can't get lazy on the passes because they're just waiting to pick them off.
Oliver bringing the ball up to Jackson Miller. He's being guarded closely by Tyler Patterson. Oliver. Daly. Cooper Smith with the screen. Boy, that's close. Patterson is right there.
He's got it.
Jackson Miller off the glass. No good. He's decked out of bounds. No call. Minor basketball.
22 knocked it out.
Wow, Jackson Miller. He got kind of tossed out of bounds.
He went up against the trees there.
There's the inbound to Daly. Wide open. Trey on the way. No good.
Oh,
rebound.
Good. Big rebound
Smith.
by Cooper.
He lost his dribble. He needs some help. Gets it to Oliver. 2:50 remaining in the ball game. Miners with a 6-point edge, trying to get more. Lint had his eye on float, sweeping to the hoop.
Timeout.
Couldn't do it. Timeout called as Oliver's trapped in the corner. The Miners are going to talk this one over. 2:39 remaining in the ball game. 38-32. Miners by 6 in the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports.
Whether it is a remodel or a new construction, you know it will be done right the first time, every time, when you choose Klusner Construction. Call Tony Klusner and Bart Wade of Linton today.
Boy, this fourth quarter, the Miners are trying to kind of take the air out of the basketball a little bit.
Well, they've kind of been doing that really for a while. They started off with the three-pointers, 3 of 4 in the first quarter. Since then have been 2 of 6.
It's kind of grinded down to a half-court game for the Linton, and it's still a full-court game for
We
the
can't be
Cardinals.
content to shoot that outside shot right now.
agree with you.
We've got to attack the basket, draw some fouls, finish at the rim.
Oh, goodness.
Now what's the call here? That was barely underway, and there was a call there. I don't still know what it is.
I don't know either.
Was it a foul?
No,
I'm not sure. Maybe it was a delay of game warning.
I thought I saw him put 23 up. Maybe it was.
Yeah, I thought he did too.
Too close.
Oliver.
Oh, that's dangerous.
To Jackson
right
Miller, knocked out of bounds by Patterson. 2:31 remaining. Miners leading 38-32 on the Stanger home scoreboard, and they have the basketball.
Patterson and Miller are just going
Yeah,
at it.
they're.
There, finally they called a
call
foul on Patterson. Was waiting for that. I thought it had to come somewhere. That is his third.
And that's the team's, I guess, just their third as well.
Oliver. To Jackson Miller, who's been running around like the ever-ready battery. Just going constantly.
I wish he'd just go in the lane there. He's got it. Beautiful feed.
Good job.
Underneath. Tucker Lint
You can remember that last year at Bloomfield, Jackson Miller hit the three.
I'm sorry, Heather. Go ahead.
Last year, Jackson Miller hit the three-point shot to send Linton over Bloomfield.
That was
exactly right.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he turned around 1 week later and did it here against Terre Haute South.
There's another foul called on Tyler Patterson, and they're catching up with him now.
Yeah, that looked like that was more done on purpose.
That was they're trying to catch up on fouls here. Next one they'll be shooting.
They're 2 ball.
But that's his 4th foul.
Yeah, he and
he's only got one more.
He and Workman both have 4.
I can understand using the fouls if you got them, but he's been hard-nosed for them.
Yeah, you usually substitute a guy to get to eat those fouls up.
Yeah. Oliver, Jake Rose checked in the ball game. Daly fouled there by number 22, Ingram.
Going to come down the Miners making free throws.
It is indeed, and we're 5 of 9 for the game, 56%.
Connor Daly steps up to the line. I have him as 2 of 3. Do you have that?
I got him 2 of 4.
2 of 4. That one's good. He'll get another one.
Greg, I hate to give somebody kudos, but you said 45 and under. We're right at that area.
Oh! Cooper Smith skied to get the rebound. The ball just hung on there.
There you
go. Blake Neal again. And now an automatic timeout. 1:33 remaining. 41-35. Miners still lead by 6 on the Stanger home scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better every day after. It's the first day in your new career. Your first pay raise. The 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family. Or the day of your last car loan payment. Much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree. We care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
Every time I hear that song, all I think of is the Kansas City Chiefs.
I know.
don't know why.
I've always wondered why schools do it. We could put a pickaxe in our hand as Miners.
Yeah.
And that would make more sense. A miner chop.
No more full court press. We'll pick them up at half court.
They're gonna trap out of this.
Oh my goodness.
Nice pass.
Underneath Jake
nice
Rose.
Pass.
Yes. First 2 for Jake Rose. And they couldn't have been bigger.
Been waiting for that to happen all night.
Workman wants to spin on Daly, and there it picked off by Jackson Miller. Daly with the ball.
Miller knew where that ball was going.
43-35, 8-point advantage for the Miners. They're going to try to stall the final minute out. We are under 1 minute to play. Paul Oliver with the ball. And there, a foul is called on Blake Neal. And now, like you guys said, they're fouling on purpose in order to put them at the line and stop the clock.
Yeah.
43-35. It's an 8-point advantage for the Miners as Oliver steps to the free throw line.
2 of 3 for Paul tonight. 16 points. He and Daly. Perfect.
Do you think the Miners were thinking about this? This is the only loss they've suffered all year to this team.
It was a game that I know they felt they could have won. And that keg is sitting over there. That might be the biggest driving point of all. Nobody wants to lose that one.
And this is the second one. 44-35, 9-point. Miner advantage. Patterson to Blake Neal. Top of the key, no good. Rebound is pulled down.
Those are the ones.
Shot up, no good. Daly tries to save it. It's going to go out of bounds. Oh, and they called Miner ball. I thought that was Bloomfield ball.
No, he tipped it from behind, but he shouldn't. We had 3 white jerseys there. He shouldn't have got in there at all.
Right.
Feltner inbounds to Daly, and they foul him right away with 36 ticks remaining. Again, Miners leading now by 9. 44-35 with 36 seconds left, and Connor Daly will go to the line.
5 fouls on Jaden Ingram. Well, Sexton's going to come back in the ball game. Braxton Shields.
Connor gets the roll. (45-35), Miners by 10, 36 seconds remaining. Second one, good again by Daly. Bloomfield sprinting up, jumper up in the air, no good. Cooper Smith pulls down the rebound. Uh-oh, here comes Oliver. Yeah! Flushes it. 2 for Paul Oliver. 48-35, the clock is ticking. 17, 16, 15. Blake Neal will go in on Oliver off the glass. Good again, but now it's a moot point. Clock's still running. 3, 2. Miner fans rise to their occasion. They win 48-37 by 11 and avenge the earlier loss to the Bloomfield Cardinals. The Cardinals drop to 8-3. The Miners rise to 10-1. What a ball game. We'll have the coach here to talk about it, and we'll have all the stats and hear from the guys when we return.
On the E2 Custom Creations post-game show. We'll be back in a minute. This is Raider Media Sports.
E2 Custom Creations, we know that every memory has a story. Every time we sit around with family and friends, we share those memories. When we pull the boxes of old pictures out of the closet, we revisit those memories of our past. Whether it's a photo or a special moment with family, a picture of a loved one who has passed. When you think about that moment, there's a memory that goes with it. At E2 Custom Creations, we offer custom laser engraving for keepsakes, personalized gifts, home decor, signage, awards, and many other custom made-to-order products. Let us help you personalize a unique gift for a loved one, customize an item, or create promotional materials and awards for your business or athletic team. Our services include engraving and cutting on a variety of materials, including wood, acrylic, leather, granite, marble, glass, and coated metals, just to name a few. If you have an idea, reach out and let's talk about how we can bring your idea to life.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Well, Linton Miner fans will go home happy tonight with a 48-37 avenging of an earlier loss as they defeat Bloomfield here at home in Linton, 48-37. And before we look at all the scoring totals and talk to the coach, I'm going to turn it to you, Greg, and get your summation of what we just saw.
Two really proud programs going head-to-head here.
First of all,
hard.
Right on the money. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I mean
your turn's coming up.
He said 45, and look at the score right on the nose. Tell them about it, Greg.
It's just when you look at these teams and how they play, they're long possessions, very deliberate, just hard-nosed defense, everything that you want to see in a basketball program, and they both played that way tonight. Miners made a few more plays there, kind of that third quarter, they kind of stretched that out a little bit. It wasn't a lot of scoring goes, but they they stretch that lead out a little bit, and that helps. But I tell you what, I'm pretty proud to see both of these teams play. Out of our conference, 10 miles apart, they both have a chance to make some really deep runs in state tournaments. Pretty awesome to be able to sit here and watch these in our house.
And like one of our viewers said, when there's a lot of talent on this floor tonight, and boy, there sure was.
There is.
Big D, before you go to your stats, tell me just your general observations.
Well, I think getting off to a fast start was good right off the bat. I think we went inside like we were wondering about. Oliver went inside. We got some fouls. They did have, 4 guys with 4 fouls or more on them. We stayed out of foul trouble. Connor Daly coming out very strong. Obviously, I kind of look at this thing and I think to myself, Blake Neal is a one-man wrecking crew, 25 points. But if defenses can start really keying on him, maybe he doesn't have a great night, who are they going to turn to? We know well you got to have more than one guy to get far down the specs. And for us tonight, we had 2 guys at 19 and 18, and a couple others who didn't score much that could do the same thing on any other night.
I was just going to say that, because a guy who only had 2 points tonight, to me, played his heart out on this floor, and that's Jackson Miller.
Yeah, and Tucker Lent as well, just 2 points for him. And Cooper Smith, 4 points.
Yes.
These guys all, when you needed a rebound or a tough defensive play, I just thought this is the kind of, Linton kind of kicked it up a notch on the defensive side, and they slowed it down, and I know that's probably what they were trying to do, as you pointed, keep the points down. Unfortunately, Bloomfield made that one run and got it down to about 5, and that was scary time then, and we answered.
Well, you knew when it got there fourth quarter that Blake Neal's going to try to do what Blake Neal does, and he did. He had a nice game again tonight, but they just enough shots didn't go down for him. And again, we did a great job of doing some good job on rebounding. So
I think the idea was he's going to get his points, and he was 8 of 10 shooting, 10 of 17 overall. That's 58%. But the rest of the team, if I could take 10 off of the field goals, 14 to 35. So they were 6
Big
of
D.
25. Yeah,
we'll take your stats up in a minute. The coach is coming up here.
He's got to be a happy man.
And we'll wish the coach Matt Britton. And
it's his birthday, isn't it?
No, stop. I was going to say that.
Okay,
just hold on.
Okay.
First of all, Big D wanted to sing to you tonight, but we're not going to let him. But let me just say, happy birthday.
Thank you. The boys gave me a birthday shower there in the locker room after the game. I'm absolutely drenched.
I didn't even notice that until you said it. I could see it now on your face. And
yeah.
How does this feel to avenge that earlier loss?
It's great. Both games have been highly contested basketball games. Both teams, kids play very hard, and Bloomfield's disciplined and well coached, and their kids play extremely hard and compete. And it's hard to guard a kid like Neal. He puts so much pressure on your defense. Even when you play good defense, he makes tough shot after tough shot.
Those step backs are killers.
Oh yeah, he's fabulous, and they have good players around him that complement him really well. So more than any team we've played with, right up there with of course Park Heritage, they're fabulous, but Bloomfield's an extremely difficult team to defend just because of that, and having a player that can do the things he can do and score the way he does, and having good complementary players around him puts a lot of pressure on your defense. We've been very good defensively all year. That's been our strength, defense and rebounding, but they challenge you. They do. They really challenge you, and our kids came through tonight.
Conscious effort to kind of take the air out of the ball a little bit in the second half to limit possessions?
Not so much. No, they had some foul trouble on the perimeter, and we wanted to make Patterson and Workman guard the dribble, and seeing if because they play with their hands quite a bit defensively, and we thought we could pick up a foul or two on them. They were both had 3 fouls there in the second half, and then they ended up, I think Workman fouled out. But we felt like we could maybe gain an advantage there with them being in foul trouble on the perimeter. But the other part of that was, it was a gut decision when Bloomfield had started to see the ball go in the basket. And sometimes you do that just to make them play defense for a few possessions, a little bit longer than what maybe they want to, and to, break a little bit of that momentum up, because they, Pace had hit a 3. Blake was, making shots. So, part of that was, well, they're in foul trouble on the perimeter. Let's make them guard the dribble, make them guard our guards a little bit in space. And at the same time, like I said, they had seen the ball go in the basket a little bit, and we wanted to make them play a little bit more defense.
Big D?
Yeah, I think that's why I would have loved to have been down there and hear it, because that makes perfect sense in the world what you were doing. You weren't stalling because you were running the offense, looking for that back door, but great for ball handlers that you have too. Yeah,
we turned it over once or twice, because the boys were trying to score, and Bloomfield was playing good help defense. They were helping off our forwards, packing the paint, and we weren't able to get to the basket. But give our kids credit. They took the punches Bloomfield gave and continued to stay focused and hit free throws, take care of the ball, and got a few big defensive stops towards the end.
Before I turn to Greg, you hit some outside shots in the first half. In the second half, a little harder to come by, and yet you still were able to find a way to win.
Yeah, we've got good shooters, and before long the lid's going to come off the basket.
Yeah.
We made a few in the first half, but I watch these kids in practice. They put in extra work as well. We make shots, and we've not shot the ball well from the perimeter all season. One or two games maybe we have shot the ball well. So eventually with these guys, I know the ball's going to start going in the basket, because I see it every day.
Yeah.
Greg?
Paul and Connor had kind of games that you'd expect, but I thought tonight, Tucker and Jackson, Cooper, Hayden, my goodness, that just the little stuff that they were doing out there, making a big shot here, getting a rebound, getting a deflection.
Just tipping the ball out,
There was a lot of things that they did really, really well, and probably helping on Neal as well.
I saw that same thing. I saw tip balls, help defense from those guys you mentioned, big rebounds. Cooper made a big shot right there at the elbow.
Yep.
Hayden was active and around the ball, and Tucker played hard. He did a lot of good things, got some big rebounds.
It never shows up on the stat sheet.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jackson just being able to run our offense at point guard. He's
Coach, he
so smart.
The ever-ready battery. He never stopped tonight. They were all over him, and he never hardly turned the ball over.
No, he's a tough kid. You'll be hard pressed to find a better all-around point guard. The way he passes the basketball, the way he can shoot it, he's just tenacious defensively, very intelligent, on the court with his decision making, and sees things the way a coach sees things, which is nice. They have a point guard that can see things. He's kind of like your quarterback a little bit. So
I'm not sure Miller and Patterson could have went any harder at each other if they were in a phone booth together. My goodness, they went at each other the entire game. They were. It was fun to watch those two.
Yeah, they're going to need an ice bath, both of them.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, they both left it all on the floor. That's for sure.
That foul trouble you got them in with Workman and Patterson, and 22 Ingram got in foul trouble too. So I thought you got off to a good start. I thought you attacked the paint. I thought that was get some fouls early on them, and then Daly hit those threes to start you off with. I mean, you shot 50% from the field, so I'll take that any day of the week. You held them to 40%. They got towards the end of the game, they kind of got on there, but all game long, you guys were in their face quite a bit. So I came out strong, defended the keg, a big win in the conference as well. So
it's your birthday, Coach. Go celebrate with
Yeah. Thank you. That's that's a big win for our guys. Bloomfield's not going to lose many games this year. They're talented. They've got a good team. They play really hard. They are not going to lose many games, and they will be a serious contender in 1A come tournament time.
And we hope they do, actually. I mean, that's nothing better for Greene County.
Yeah, I'm proud of our kids for showing some resiliency tonight. So
happy birthday.
Thank you. Go Miners. God bless you guys.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Coach.
Thank you, sir. So the Miners with an impressive win tonight, and Big D, I'll let you go over your stats.
Yeah, I'll do it quick. So
no, you're all right.
Shop.
You're all right.
The Miners are led by Paul Oliver. Connor Daly, 19 from Paul Oliver. He had 14 at the half. Connor Daly had 12 at the half. He finishes with 18. Both those guys complemented each other. Paul was 5 of 9 from 7 of 11 from the field, hit both of his 3 points, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Also added 5 rebounds as well. Connor was 5 of 11 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3-point range, 5 of 8 from the free throw line. The Miners hit 4 of 6 free throws in that fourth quarter when they needed it. also were 5 of 6 from the field shooting when they needed it in that fourth quarter. Other than that, I mean, the stats don't tell you a whole lot. Cooper Smith with 4 points, 2 each from Jackson Miller, Tucker Lind, and Jake Rose hit a big basket that we needed from him. And there's 1 point from Hayden Feltner, but 7 assists from Jackson Miller. Looking at the rebounds, 5 from Paul Oliver, 3 from Connor Daly. Just timely
Everybody
stuff.
played a part.
Yeah,
Everybody
you look and
played
see,
a part.
there's 1, there's 2, but they came crucial times. The Miners overall 50% from the field, 38% from the three-point line, 5 of 13. They hit them early, 9 of 15, 60% from the free throw line. For Bloomfield, really, it was the Blake Neal show, 8 of 10 from two-point land, 2 of 7. That's part of the big difference. Didn't hit the threes tonight. The Miners contested. He's 10 of 17 overall. He's 3 of 4 from the line. He has 25 points. He also added 7 boards. Behind him, 5 points from Tyler Patterson. He had 1 3-pointer involved in that. 4 points from Jaden Ingram, who fouled out. He was 2 of 4 from the free throw line. 3 from Ashton Pace. Hit 1 3-pointer. That's the only scoring from the bench on that. They were 40% from the field. They are 27% from three-pointer, 4 of 15. They are 63% of the free throw line. Both teams with turnovers. Miners with 11, 10 for Bloomfield. And I think, what was the last thing? Offensive rebounds. The Miners with 4, and Bloomfield actually had 7. But the Miners were able to hold on. They survived the one little period where Bloomfield got close by 5. And, again, as he said, Jackson Miller only ends up with 2 points. We've had games where Jackson has scored 15 points, and certainly
he's the quarterback. Yeah. He's the quarterback.
I think Tucker Lynn also came in. You said it, Kevin, multiple people on Blake Neal. He had 2 guys in his face all the time, sometimes 3. So I think that did come into account how the game ended up.
Before we do final comments, I want to make an observation. There's something that I love that's going on right now in this gym, and that's families standing beside one another, taking pictures with the kids, just soaking up the moment. And you just love to watch that in Indiana Hoosier basketball. That is what this is all about right here. Final comments from you, Greg.
That's what makes it special. Again, a good win tonight for the Miners. They need to celebrate it and learn from it and take what they need to get better at, because next week they got North Davies on the schedule, another tough conference game. You got Clay City and North Central both looming down the road. So, this is a journey for them. This is a good win tonight, and it's a big part of it. But so still a lot of basketball left to be played.
Big D. Yeah, I think Greg hit it on those. We beat Evansville Christian on the road, which was a big game, and they played as good tonight as I've seen them play in a lot of the different aspects of it. So we got to just hope we can stay healthy, keep getting some of these guys more experience, because Goodman was in there. We didn't mention him a lot, but he came in and played in spurts as well. So just a great win for the program. Losing that game up at Terre Haute, which was all over the media, and coming back and winning it will certainly shine some light on minor foot basketball.
Yep.
I thought you made a good observation, and I don't know, do we know? I mean, I think Linton probably played at least 9 players, I would assume.
Yeah, I think Bloomfield really only went 1 man.
That's what I was just going to say. So they played 6.
At the end, Shields came in, I think, just simply because they ran out of players. But they didn't go very deep at all. They're without Abner. They have to be wondering what they'd be like if they had that guy in there as well.
Right. All right, you guys. Thank you very much.
That was very fun. What a great atmosphere.
Yeah. Big win tonight for the Miners, 48-37. With that, I'll turn it over to you, Heather.
Well, as always, we want to look ahead at what will happen for us next, and that is tomorrow night we will head to Bloomington North as the Lady Miners will play at Bloomington North. They'll face the Cougars. Tomorrow night is a 6 o'clock tip-off. We will be there. Our pregame show will start at 5:45, and obviously we will be providing some information and resharing that information a little bit later this evening. We would like to thank these sponsors for making the broadcast free to view at home for all of you. We're going to start with our footer banner sponsors: Tim and Joan Warwick, Martha Butler and Hadley, Margaret and Simon, Dan and Teresa Carpenter, Connie and Donnie and Marilyn Clayton, Casey's of Linton, Green Streets, Skinner's Towing, Pizza Hut of Linton, Bandanas by Brenna, and Veach Cattle of Bloomfield. Our live read and audio sponsors are Fish Monuments, Brock Anderson Construction, Violet & Company, Linton Cycle Sales, Mayor Preble and the City of Linton, Save a Lot in Linton, Autumn Trace of Greene County, Friends of Goose Pond, Rick Krines Auto Detailing, Correll's Gas of Linton, Bender Lumber of Linton, Hall's Excavating, Gaither Power Sports, Midwest Satellite, our pregame sponsor, Jordan and Vought Insurance, and our postgame sponsor, E2 Custom Creations. We also like to thank these Minor Pride sponsors that paid day one to go all the way to the end of May or June, so to speak, depending on how baseball and softball go. And you'll see these two billboards now coming in and out of Linton. They are Walton Funeral Service, Key Associates, Klusner Construction, Crane Credit Union, Team Ortho, Alicia Cornelius with Indiana Farm Bureau, Stenger Homes with Michelle Stenger of Stenger Homes, Corey Motter with Century 21 Sheets, Jathan Wright with Indiana Farm Bureau, The Grill of Linton, Richard Brown Insurance, and Linton Sporting Goods. I want to say thank you to our broadcast team tonight. We had a number of students that were active during tonight's ball game, and that included Addy Walton, who took some pictures from the stands, as well as Leah McKee, student reporter, who interviewed the band director. We encourage all of you to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Rader Media Sports, and those following on YouTube as well. And then obviously we want to thank tonight's broadcast team, who I was very proud to be able to sit at this desk with. Big D Dan Phillips on stats, Greg Elliott on color, Kevin Rader play-by-play, Bill Reilly, who traveled from Indianapolis to be our videographer, myself as producer. So we will be back with you tomorrow night, 5:45, and then back right here again Tuesday as the Lady Miners host Park Heritage. And then, as mentioned, we will head to North Davies on Friday for the next boys matchup. So for all of you, be safe, and thanks for watching. This is Rader Media Sports.